I'm recording now.
Okay, good. Damn.
Yeah.
Too late
Now you
now.
have to do it
okay.
on the
Dude,
spot
we're
now,
all
Danica.
see each other? This is sick.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
I still have your camera.
We're all gonna be so embarrassed now.
Yay.
Yay.
Why do you think I've never shown my face on camera before?
Danica didn't go to film school to be on camera.
Thank God I
Please.
wasn't showing my face when I had to, like, pretend my sister was dead and I didn't know. That would have been embarrassing.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Everybody is good to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Am I supposed to be seeing a map? Or...
No, it's just a blank old screen.
Is that you, Danica?
Yes.
Nice.
Nice.
You're welcome.
That was really nice.
It was Mike disgusting.
Oh.
Thank you.
Alrighty. So, when we last saw everybody, about a month or two, month and a half back, Bonelia was in a comatose state and in half.
Yeah.
Volim's few safe havens from the cult had become compromised, and you defeated one of the cult's highest members in Fisto. And in the once abandoned town of Skaggerville, you met with Evelyn Bloom and Kate Liotta. Michaelis having a reunion with the former, and the latter having a tense moment over the Grand Banisher staff with Mabel. Eventually, Kate decided not to follow the party back to Imperia, and staying behind in Skaggerville. Evelyn would follow the rest of you, though, back to Imperia with some of the people from the town a little bit later after the rest of you left. Staying the night in the town, however, you did have a moment of breath where you weren't running or exploring or fighting. Lascivious and Azria and Zoltan had moments, Michaelis and Evelyn had moments, and the rest of you had moments with each other. Ultimately, convincing Michaelis to sober himself and turn a new leaf in life. Then you began travel back to Imperia, stopping along the way at a beautiful field as dusk, with fey lights dancing around, while Lascivious spread Samar's ashes. You fought off some wildlife when you returned to the town of Nettlebank in the Imperia region, catching up with Lemaire for a brief cup of coffee, essentially. Then, after arriving back in Imperia, a week went by, where you trained with comrades, upgraded your abilities, gear, things along those lines. Danica Bonelia upgraded her bone density. The night before you were to leave for Zawar, Zoltan loaded Bonelia into a carriage outside of the city in preparation for the leave. Azria came and stayed at the safe house. In the morning, Lascivious awoke to the smells of breakfast being made. Azria had made a whole feast for the group. And while you were all settling in and having a nice meal before you were about to go off on your next big adventure, a full-scale surprise invasion of Imperia by the cult, and Wolf herself, LaFay, and a pink tiefling man leading an attack happened. All but one person managed to make it out of Imperia unscathed, being Lasara Shira, mother of LaFay, and being the woman you met back in Airmire. You all fled the city as it burned to ashes, making your way towards Chestertown. We come back to the group. Bonelia, if you were to have eyes, they would slowly begin to open. In this comatose state, you didn't really see or feel anything. But when you come to, you see the inside of a carriage with the sounds of about 15 to 20 horses striding along the road. And tons of people either groaning about what sounds to be injuries or anything along the sort. You wake up, you sit up, the carriage is empty. Leaning outside, you see Zoltan is guiding the carriage much farther ahead from the rest of the group. As you kind of turn around and you see pretty much everybody from Imperia is leaving. And you see what used to be Imperia is now just a pile of flames and plumes of smoke fill the sky. Zoltan simply gives you a look. He gives you like a very kind of begrudgingly little grin. Like he's trying to be a little warm about you waking up, but you can tell that he's a little mad about the situation that's happened. And all he says is, a bit happened while you were out.
He nods real slow.
We will be arriving in Chestertown in give or take by the end of the night. I'm sure your friends will inform you of everything that has happened.
She like perks up and sits up straighter at the mention of her friends.
He goes back to guiding the horse. You being ahead of the rest of the group, like looking forward, you can see the beginnings of Chestertown. It's a small little looking village that has, on the outside, it looks like there's barely any defenses at all. Like it looks like a very retirement-y village. And you see a big ship that is connected to a beach line that leads to the ocean, of which you would be aware of what leads to the Zawar region, the Zaboyum region, and the rest of the world. You arrive at Chestertown first. As you're kind of pulling up, you see two horses appear kind of side by side with you as you appear. One of them has Cheshire and Charles on board, and the other has Samarillion on top. Zoltan drops you off. He gives a small, very kind of saddened nod to the three, and then pushes past as the rest of the civilians from what you may have recognized just walking about the street start piling into the town. So if you want to interact with these three before the rest of the party shows up, you would be the first to do so.
He waves to them.
To the three that are there?
Yeah.
Samarillion kind of like, he perks up a little bit having seen you with your full body back. With that as well, like you step out of the carriage and you didn't even realize you stepped.
I look down and I like take
half
in.
of your clothes is still torn. Like,
am I naked
about,
from the
like,
waist down?
No, I'd say just below the thigh line.
Oh, okay. I still
So, like,
get embarrassed, and I still like pull it down a little bit, even though I have nothing to hide. I still get embarrassed.
Samarillion just kind of looks at you and smiles with a very... You kind of pepped him up from what an initial look would be a very saddened face. And he just smiles at you. Would you like some help with that?
No, it's...
Perfect. If you want to wait for the rest of the group, I'm sure they're going to be here any minute, but when you have a second, feel free to come to me and I'll work my little magic to repair your outfit.
nods, and then she looks around. And she's looking for somewhere to hide.
If you're looking for somewhere to hide, right behind Charles and Cheshire and Samarillion, there is a kind of like a carriage, like a small carriage that will, like, a person could lift with their hands, and it's covered in hay.
Cool, she's gonna jump into that and hide herself.
Okay. The next person that's going to arrive. Okay. I don't know where... Can somebody roll a d4 for me while I try to find mine?
Sure, I can do it.
Thank you, Ian.
Wouldn't it be Lascivious? Because he went ahead of the rest of us?
I rolled a 2.
Luckily enough, that is Lascivious.
Okay.
Nice.
It was
so
destined.
Lascivious,
Yeah.
you
Yes.
arrive on the back of a horse. You were by yourself. You were trying to catch up with the rest of the the NPCs that got far ahead, kind of staying close behind, like just far enough so that way you could stay with the carriage that has Azria
Yeah.
beside it. And as you both kind of pull in, you see Talia grab Azria and immediately just push right past
Mhm.
the three of them and go right to where, like, she's beelining for a spot.
Yeah.
And you get off the horse
Yes.
and you see these three.
Before I go immediately with Azria, I'm gonna kind of walk up to Cheshire and I'll be like, how the hell did that happen?
He simply just, he has no response. He's for looking through his body language, he's just as shook by the turn of events as you would be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he looks like he was caught off guard as well. He wasn't ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And all he simply does is just give you a very small but confused shrug.
I don't know. I'm gonna look at Samarelli and be like, thank you for carrying Azria. And then I'm gonna walk to and follow Azria.
Cool. As he's walking
He
by, I'm gonna reach out and grab him.
Roll stealth check for me.
Okay.
And Michael, you can roll a perception.
Cool.
That's gonna be 11.
Cool. I got a 24.
Oh God! Fuck.
So as you're
Firmly grasp it.
you walk past Samarillion and Cheshire, and as you're walking past, this hay bale looks completely inconspicuous.
Mm-hmm.
A skeletal arm reaches out and just grasps you.
I'm gonna immediately
roll-
pull out a knife.
Does he get yoinked into the hay? Like,
Yeah,
I don't
what
think
are
I'm
you
gonna-
just grabbing him?
okay.
I'm just grabbing him.
Oh, okay.
Michael, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That is 16.
Okay. You are incredibly frightened by this. You don't go to, like, you don't fall or anything along those
Yeah.
lines, but you definitely take a few steps back. as
Oh,
you
I
pull
pull out
your
my knife and
kinda
everything,
point
and
it.
I'm like, oh, jeez, Banjo, what? So I take it you're
So you're
feeling better
going-
now?
She climbs out and gives him a hug.
I reciprocate the hug. Like, yeah, they're there. I'm gonna kind of like put my hand on her shoulder. I'm gonna be like, don't scare me like that again.
Gives you nothing. Blank.
Anyways, I'm glad you're okay. Some weird stuff happened with you, but we'll talk about that with the group later. I gotta go see Azria. So
She nods, and then she jumps back into the hay bale.
I'm just gonna be like, yeah, whatever. I'm gonna walk back. I'm gonna walk away.
As you're walking past, Michaelis, you show up. So, Bonelia, looking from your little perch, I may have to drop a new token for you to see. You see the familiar facial features of Michaelis, but there is something very off about his caricature. Like, he looks bigger, bulkier, his arms are much larger, his legs pretty much doubled in size. And it's almost like he has that Terry Crews kind of pumped out chest.
Oh, Jesus.
damn.
Power! I didn't know he
Yeah,
was that
Lord.
big. Fuck. I thought he was like,
Oh my god.
damn.
I said I was chiseled.
Yeah.
7 days, huh?
So I will, if you want to zoom in on it, you can, but I'm going to drop his picture in the character list.
Magic users hate him.
Yo, that's straight up Chad right there. What the hell?
So
You're
dumb,
damn
man, I love
right.
that.
I just gotta find him real quick. There he is.
Chad.
So if you'd like to see his proper portrait up front, in the character pictures, you'll see his updated token.
Damn.
Hubba.
Wait, so did he actually like grow out the hair and a beard now? Or is
Yeah.
that just the flavor because it's
I
the
mean-
thing?
It's a bit of the flavor, but it's like if he had a goatee beard before, but now it's like more well kept.
Okay.
Like everything is like neater. He doesn't have scraggly, dirty ass fucking hobo hair. So
Right.
Okay.
Because you get off of your horse. Some civilians are kind of going about you now as the rest of the escaping members of Imperia are kind of going past you and around you. You see the three in front of you. Charles, Cheshire, and Cimarron just kind of look at you. They nod and they kind of motion you to go forward. Like they allow you to walk past if you would so like.
I just simply look for, to mainly Charles and Cheshire, and I'm just to simply say similar to what Lascivious said before, but I don't know this. It's like Cheshire, what the hell happened here? I thought he had a rain. I thought you reigned this. Like you see, Michaelis is like nearly stumbling over his words with this like frustration, and he just takes a moment to himself. And then he speaks calmly. It's like, did you have any idea this was gonna happen?
With no words, he just shakes his head. And Charles also speaks up. We had no clue. There was no hints, no rumblings from any of the scouts that we had. We were just caught off guard, unfortunately.
A lot of steps have to be put in place in order to be caught off guard like that.
I mean, trust me, it's not like we didn't have defense measures. Like, we had magical alarm systems in place in case some magical force came close to the city, but...
I'm aware, Brett, that those alarms, like from what I saw, like those all went off at once, but it was already too late. They just hit like a hammer.
I'm not sure exactly how they came without anyone noticing. It was 1 second, it was peaceful, and the next boulders came flying through the walls. So we will be looking into what happened, but for now, I'm afraid I don't have any answers.
Well, I can give you an idea what could have happened. Loth probably used more of that banishment shit on herself and the whole army, and they probably just appeared right out there. That's what I would do if I had that power. She's powerful enough to do it, isn't she, Cheshire? And I look over to him.
He nods. You also gain the same kind of perceptive ability that Lascivious had when he saw him. Like, Cheshire looks shook. Like, he doesn't want to speak. For once, Cheshire is usually upheld, and he's very quite confident about the way that he is. He looks shaken and disturbed.
I point to her and say, your silence is the answer. So that's practically it right now. So now we're dealing not only with Lulth being able to disappear and appear into the plains. Now we're dealing with a whole fucking army.
Onelia has like slowly been standing up in the hay, in the back, as like
do
all
I-
the information is like going into her, and she's just shocked.
Do I see her slowly rising?
Yeah, you just behind Cheshire, like kind of like a comedy skit, just behind his head, you see the hat begin to pop up, and then her skull, and then the rest of her comes forth.
So I'm just all serious about it. It's like so now we're dealing with a whole army that could possibly just transfer anywhere they want, and now we have to Bonelia. So you're up.
She nods. She gives a little wave.
And I wave back, just kind of like, it's like you're looking all in one piece now.
She motions to you.
I didn't really have anything to do with it, but obviously magic was involved. I only deal with swords and shit, so if it was me, you would have saw a lot more cuts into the bones and like a haphazard shit job, I guess. But you're up. That's what counts. That's what matters. But it's great to see you again.
You're huge.
Oh right. Oh right. Yes. Well, a lot has happened. I took a little bit of a crash course on changing my fighting style. Gained a couple pounds, and I can rip through brick walls now, so that's kind of fun. I'm
Like,
standing
your
like
eye
Mr.
sockets.
And I kind of just give a laugh, just like you know, that short little a short little moment of levity, just like but then this smile kind of fades. It's like it's a lot has happened, Bonelia. We'll fill you in on what happened, but I just need one more moment with these guys before the others come in.
She nods and she sinks back down into the straw.
I kind of look there for a moment, but then I turn back to Cheshire and Charles, and just kind of like keeping myself constrained. I just turn to them. It's like I don't know if you guys have any ideas, considering how fast this happened, but my father was in the hospital of Imperia. Do you have an idea what happened to the hospital with the patients inside?
Charles, sorry, no, Cheshire kind of slinks his head, and Charles kind of looks to you. Goes, some people made it out, I'm sure, but we're not sure about everybody. We're still trying to count heads as it is.
But my father had guards, like they were Imperia and Ire guards. Have you heard any reports from any of them?
I haven't heard a word yet. We only just got here, Michaelis. We've been in the town for maybe only about 10, 15 minutes before you came.
Right. I'm sorry. Military doctrine takes place in my head, so.
No, it's fine. It's fine. If we hear anything regarding your father's whereabouts or the outcome of what happened, we will let you know as soon as we can.
All right. Where can we set up an operating base? Do you have one set up, or are you guys just about to set one up?
We're in the middle of setting up a temporary kind of safe house. It's a little bit under construction, but rest assured you'll have a place to stay for the night.
I don't care about for a place to stay. I'm asking, like, do you have anybody? We have some sort of like command structure. Do we have a place that we can like make a command center, a command post? Because we need to get this.
We're working on it. We are working on it.
Right. I kind of just look around, and I'm looking back at Imperia on fire, just like, fuck. Well.
With that,
I'm at Garrison. Sorry, I'm gonna say one last thing. This
Yep.
I'm gonna say turn to them. Cheshire, can you direct me to any guards that you've seen here, or should I just do that myself?
Charles speaks up again. Chestertown doesn't really do guards. It's a very calm town. If you're lucky, over at the shipyard there's a ship docked. You may find a potential guard there for whatever ship came in.
Okay, I'm gonna speak to him and gather anybody who can make a militia of some sort. We need to make a perimeter right now before any more cultists try to invade here.
That's a good plan.
All right, I'm gonna do that. And then I looked at Samarillion and say, I'm glad you're safe there.
He just kind of, he nods. Thank you.
All right, and I'm gonna go off towards the shipping dock to find this one guard.
Okay. And I'm just gonna place you kind of over a little bit there, just because it makes sense for what's over there.
Right, right.
Lascivious, I'll move you over to where
Yeah.
Azure then would be, but we'll go through that one by one once everybody else is here.
Yeah.
Son and Mabel, you two rode here together on the same horse, if I recall. So you two will be showing up at the same time. Same description as you kind of come in. As you're arriving, you see Michaela's begin to go off in a beeline out into the town. You step off of your horse, and you are confronted with these three here. Sam Merlin goes forward, and he kind of grabs the handles for each horse that you all rode in on. I'm gonna go make sure that these guys are put somewhere safe. And he looks to Sonnet. Could you and the rest of you come speak with me later? I just have a question for you.
Sure. Yeah, we can probably find you later.
Talia and the others are in the town as well. Where they are, I'll be there later as well.
We'll be sure to make ourselves known there.
Samerlin goes off, and just before he passes by you, Mabel, he stops and he kind of pats you on the shoulder very lightly. Thanks to you and your group for helping us all back there. I don't know if I could have made it if you hadn't shown up when you did.
Of course. Are you alright?
A little shaken, but nothing that time can't heal.
Yeah, I understand.
And he just very gently nods, and then he goes off with the horses. And you see Charles and Cheshire there. Cheshire, the same look, like he looks not in speaking order. Charles sees you two come off the horse, and you see his face kind of lights up a lot more than before. He walks forward to the both of you, and he just opens his arms. If you want to try to avoid it, you can roll a strength saving throw. But if you don't want to, he's hugging you both.
Oh yeah. Definitely, I meet him halfway.
He gets you both into like this very tight grasp, and he breaks it, and he has like both of his hands are on each of your guys' shoulders. He looks at Sonnet. Thank you for looking out for her. You have
no trouble. She looks out for herself mostly.
He kind of smiles, and then he turns to Mabel, and he lets go of Sonnet, and he places both of his hands on your shoulders. I saw the stunt you pulled when Loth was coming through that alleyway.
I have no idea what you're talking about. That was I.
From what I saw, Mabel, you tried to thunderclap a god.
No, I didn't. Look, it's fine. She didn't. I'm okay. Charles, I'm so sorry.
He just looks at you with a very confused look. Why? Why are you sorry? You didn't do anything.
No, I just mean your house, you kind of...
His face kind of like goes from concern to a little bit of like a realization as to what you're referring to. And he just pats you on the shoulder. My house was not important, okay? The only thing that I lost that was worth value was the housing market I had on top of it. Maybe a couple of photos, but that's, I'm here, everybody's here. I'd rather see you in person than look back at a photo.
Mabel
That's very
hugs him again.
Cornelia, so she comes out of the hay. And she just runs up and gives them both a hug. Mabel and Sonnet.
To Mabel and Sonnet.
Yeah.
Okay. You go to hug Charles again, but just a blur of white and purple just shoves him off to the side as Bonnie just grabs you into the big hug.
Oh, hi. Hi.
You're awake.
Oh my god.
You're awake and your bones are functional, I think. I start kind of like grabbing at her leg, like trying to see if it like falls off or something.
She kicks at your hand.
Oh, it works perfectly.
How are you feeling?
Stronger.
Stronger is good. Yeah, it's good to see
And she gives you both another hug.
you.
Charles,
I wanna, like, squint at
what's that?
Bonelia. I want to squint at her and be like, "Your name." And I'm just gonna like keep looking at her. I'll be like, "We can talk later, but once we get the group together, we have a lot to talk about, Bonelia."
Nods.
Charles kind of rings the three of you together. We have a very temporary setup in the middle of town. Talia and Zoltan and Azria are already there. Lascivious and Michaelis are already off about in the town. I believe Lascivious went off to go check on Azria. And
Oh, they made
Michaelis,
it. Thank God.
yes, and Michaelis went off to go see if there were any guards or any kind of militia units that were stationed at the boat that just docked. We should all probably go and get everybody back together.
Agreed.
Yeah, let's go.
I
Five
stand
of you,
in between-
including... Pardon?
I stand in between Mabel and Sonnet, and I grab their hands. And I hold their hands as we walk around.
And I'll hold her hand.
Okay.
That's cute.
As you're kind of going through, Michaelis and Lascivious, I completely forgot this was a thing,
Yeah.
but before you go off to go and see what your individual tasks were doing,
Right.
when you get around to this corner here, you see a mob of people surrounding a small corner section of the town. Just as you're about to like kind of go around the corner, Michaelis comes around as well. So the two of you meet up first for like the full group dynamic, and you see this mob in front. They're kind of like throwing stones and they're yelling.
I look over to Michaelis and I like, what do you think that's about?
Well, when shit hits the fan, usually they're riding for supplies, so I better stop these before they burn down this city.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. I'm gonna basically use thaumaturgy to amplify the sound of my finger snapping to get the attention of the crowd.
Okay, full disclosure, these guys do not care about that snap. They are so preoccupied into what they're throwing things at and yelling about, they don't even notice.
Do I see what they're throwing it at? They're just throwing it at a house?
Both of you roll a perception check.
Perception. Oh, fuck. Nat one. Nat one.
Oh. I got a 19.
Okay. Kalis, you look through the little divots in the crowd. You see some creatures huddled into a small corner. You see a wing, you see a tassel, and you see a couple spiders. Lascivious, you looking towards the crowd, you see a bunch of people that look like friends. Like that, it looks like just a party's happening. You kind of want to join.
Interesting.
I'm just since I see, I'm gonna simply put my hand on Lascivious' shoulder and just like say, I think they're throwing it at your spiders. You might want to come and help me.
I'm gonna run to the spiders.
Okay, so I'm telling you this, and halfway through my sentence, he just books it. So, all right, we're doing this. So we're going over in front of the crowd, and I'm just like kind of like catching rocks or just deflecting them with my sword.
I'm basically just gonna immediately go to the spiders, and I'm just gonna tell them, "Get out of here! I'll call you when I need you."
So you, both of you, just push through the crowds, and you see, sure enough, you see 2 spiders. You see Shaggy, and you see the hippogriff just being pelted with rocks and sticks, and people are shouting, they're shouting, "Monsters don't belong in town! Get out!" As they're trying to like usher these creatures outwards. When you come through and you're catching the rocks and such, you see it slowly kind of dissipates a little bit. You motion the spiders to go off, and they do that immediately.
Yep.
Like they climb the buildings and they're just gone.
And I'm gonna stand in front of the hippogriff and the and Shaggy, and I'm gonna amplify my voice, and I'm gonna be like, "What is the meaning of this?"
One person kind of steps forward. "They're monsters. They belong out in the woods, or in some dungeon, or in some cave system. They don't belong in town."
I looked at the guy and says, "If they're monsters, would it immediately killed you? When are they?"
See the guy kind of backs up a little bit. "How do we know that you're not with the monsters? How do we know that you haven't just come here at opportune timing? How do we know you're not working together?"
I walk up to him, and I'm like, "Well, considering we just fled from the destruction of Imperia, and that regular monsters wouldn't necessarily cower behind pebbles, I think we mean well."
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
15 plus 9, so 29.
Oh, that's your
24.
persuasion.
24, sorry.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You see they stop, like they were about to throw more rocks, but they just stop mid like throwing. What about Imperia?
Do you not see the fucking smoke rising from the ashes down there? And I point over the house, and they see
the crowd. The crowd turns and they see just the smoke, and they turn around and they see like normally, Lascivious and Michaelis and Mabel as well. Like you kind of, as you guys going through, you see. This town normally is mostly humans and elves. Like, it's usually just drow, high elves, wood elves, any kind of elven creature, and humans mainly populate this town. But they've only just noticed the fact that there are tieflings and gnomes and halflings in the city. And they just kind of look around.
I'm gonna go further and just say that's like, we just came from there, and these so-called monsters that you're calling are creatures that have helped people get out of there as well. So not only are you just attacking harmless creatures, you're also pelting the very people that are helping people. The very creatures that are pelting people.
The human and the elf that were kind of leading the little crowd, they put like the sticks down, and they turn around and they kind of speak with each other. They don't think they belong in town. Yeah, but like they're helping people apparently. And the group kind of turns the face back towards you all, and they go, "We apologize. We didn't know what had happened. It was just kind of suddenly a blur. These creatures were in our town, and normally spiders this size you see in dungeons and caves, let alone a hippogriff. Hippogriffs are incredibly rare creatures, and this."
So you pelt it with a rock?
We don't want them in our town. We thought they were going to attack us. We thought we were doing well.
I kind of look at Lascivious. It's like, I kind of get him like, these guys are dumbasses. It's like through my eyes kind of thing.
I kind of just go, Well, that's all very understandable. But
However,
as an apology, maybe you should go help the injured.
whoever has medical proficiencies in anything, whether or magical immunities, however the fact, we have a lot of injured coming in. So if you guys are gonna help or want to do good to undo your, or sorry, I am tired. If you guys want to do your
Just help. If you're
It's-
gonna help, please make yourself useful.
The group, they kind of like hush to each other, and then they dissipate to go and help the injured. The elf that was kind of in and around the group tries to like go and like apologize to the hippogriff, but the hippogriff just kind of snaps at it and he pulls his hand away. And he just kind of like, yeah, and just kind of leaves.
I kind of just grab Lascivius's, sorry, not Lascivius, Michaelis's arm, and I'm just gonna be like, by the way, thanks for helping me get Azri out of there.
well, it's no problem. That's what anybody should have done. That's I'm just glad everybody else got out of there okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, except Lasara, but
I'm just gonna be like, your new look suits you, and then I'm gonna head to Azria.
today's a very
Yes,
weird day. Imperia burns down and I get complimented by Lascivius. Well, but I'll take it for what it is.
The world's ending.
The
I'm
both
gonna-
of you, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, is the hippogriff and Shaggy just gonna be there, or am I gonna?
They're gonna follow to where the rest of like the NPCs are kind of gathered, so they're gonna go to where the safe house will be.
Okay, I'm gonna say give a calming word to the hippogriff and just say, all right, try not to snap anybody's fingers off, all right, there, buddy. And I
He
just
just
give
kind
it
of
a pat.
squawks at you.
Like, I know. Well, you've had worse thrown at you, so be calm. And then I go to Shaggy and just keep an eye, keep with the hippogriff, all right?
You see Shaggy kind of like nods, and very jokingly, he just kind of goes and he rubs his tassel on your chest.
Okay. I guess kind of give a slight chuckle. It's just like, all right, I'm glad you made it out there, or made it out here. So
He just kind of nods, and then it just slithers away afterwards. Like it, it knew that it was a very awkward moment, and then it just slithered away. So they're gonna go off, and we will come back to the rest of you once everything else is kind of figured out. Lascivius, you can, like you sent the spiders away. Are
Yeah.
you calling them back for them to join with the rest of the animals, or are you waiting until like a particular?
I'm essentially just like keeping them doing what like they are kind of mainly trained to do. Just like
So
they're
they're
probably
gonna-
just resting on the roofs of the houses, just like kind of recuperating from what just happened and watching me and making sure that they're always following me.
Cool. Okay, that will do. The hippogriff goes as well. The rest of you, as you're kind of coming around the corner, you see the animals kind of dissipate, the crowd dissipates as well, and you see Lascivius and Michaelis make their way in further into the town. All of you, when you're going through, you actually notice a familiar face up on top of one of the balconies. She is green with some battle scars. Those of you who recall, Nazir from not Tricetytra. Can't remember the town's name.
Hangerville?
Not Hangerstown.
And Gamora, the other one. Nettle? No, not Nettle.
Litchworth?
Fucking.
Not Litchworth.
Yes, Litchworth.
It is Litchworth. Yeah.
No.
The girl who ran the Saviors group in Litchworth is standing above, kind of like on a little raised balcony part, and she waves to you all as you're kind of going by, and then she eventually goes inside. She's essentially announcing her presence, that she's here as well.
And we all
Going
see it.
Yeah. Charles kind of pipes up as you're kind of going through. You'll actually see a couple of familiar faces showing up here over the next couple of days. We've been reaching out to every ally that you have made recently, and we're trying to gather our own little army even before the attack happened. We told them to meet in and around the Chestertown area. We had a designated spot, but after the Imperia attack, I'm hoping that they will make the safe assumption to come to Chestertown. But yes, you'll be starting to see some familiar faces over the next couple of days, or the next couple of trips that you come to town. And then you continue on through. Michaelis and Lascivious, when you turn the corner, firstly, you see Talia, you see Azria, and you see Zoltan in front of a building. Talia has been constantly wrapping bandages and like replacing bandages across Azria's legs. You see she's kind of propped up onto like a chair and she's leaning back. Zoltan is running off and grabbing like materials for her any chance that she needs him to. He's practically just thugging people for medical supplies.
Right.
I'm gonna walk over quickly because I see something that's wrong.
Mhm.
I'm gonna quickly go over. Is there like a loose board or plank that's laying around there?
Yeah, some of the buildings are a little bit more decrepit. You can like rip a plank off. of the
Okay,
wall and stuff like
I'm
that.
gonna rip a plank off and I'm gonna make a splint and I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna start mending Azria's leg with Talia's help. I'm gonna tell her just that. All right, like bandage her
I'll
leg,
help
but
as
then we're
well.
making a splint.
Or I'll try to.
Okay.
I'll be like, is there anything you guys need me to do?
I hand Lascivious the other side plank. It's like hold it on the other side. Talia, wrap this up. We need to make a splint to set the
Okay.
leg.
So
So
you two both do that.
Yeah.
Both of you make medicine checks.
Oh,
Medicine
God.
check.
Do it with advantage because you're helping as well. Though.
Right. Okay, that's a good roll.
I just did a flat 11.
Okay.
Okay, I got a 19.
God damn.
So, Michaelis, you very easily, with your military background and having to apply these very crudely with bark and other types of materials, you know your way around helping. Lascivious, you kind of get the general idea by watching Michaelis as he holds it,
Yeah.
but essentially all you're kind of doing is holding the plank there while Talia wraps medical bandages around to help set.
Yeah.
And the moment that like that leg is set, you see she very gently has you place it down onto the floor,
Mhm.
and you see she just crashes against like the building, just
Oh.
falling like down. And she's covered in sweat. She's heaving.
I'm gonna use I'm gonna use precipitation to cool her forehead and kind of just like relieve some of like the headache maybe or something like that.
So you're able to cool down her, and she just kind of looks up to you with a very gentle nod, and just gives you a thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
You and your group, we're gonna have to have a little conversation about this, but that'll happen in a little bit.
Yeah.
If you want to stay here and help, you can help Zoltan scavenge around for some medical supplies for a little bit, but we're gonna need to do something about this really quickly.
Real quick, this is Talia, right? Sorry. That's talking
This
to me.
is Talia, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What would you prefer? I'll do whatever you need.
For now, you're going to assist Zoltan in checking out every single house and seeing what medical supplies there are available.
Okay. I'll be right on it.
And check for doctors too, whether it's magical or practical.
Yeah. Thanks for taking care of her. I'll go in with Sultan. I'll start looking for supplies or medical experts, anything like that.
Okay. So you two go off and about. The rest of the group, you see Lascivious and Zoltan going from door to door, kind of collecting med kits and bandages, pretty much anything that people are willing to give. Michaelis, as you're kind of coming around too, the rest of the group, you see this as well. You see Goose Plant, Evelyn, and Codric just kind of resting off beside one of the small buildings, kind of against the wall. They notice you all, and they kind of like give you a small little wave. Evelyn looks to you, Lascivious, and she kind of like gives you a thumbs up on how things are going.
Mm.
I'm gonna
you
give
see
her the like in between thing, like the teetering hand. That makes
you see
sense.
she kind of she nods. and kind of goes back to the other three. So the rest of you kind of come up. Michaelis, you go off to the docks to continue your search for some of the people.
Right.
When you get through that little alleyway there with the two elves and the human,
Yep.
you see some more familiar faces as you turn that corner. You see Eldenor, you see Gatekeeper, you see Talus, and you see Karak standing there. They're lifting barrels and boxes, and they're moving them inside of a decrepit-looking house. Like, the house looks like it's been abandoned for probably a good couple of years, potentially.
Okay. Do I need to do an insight check to know that this is like one of their hideouts? Or they're making this a hideout?
No, you can make a safe assumption that this is the hideout that the ghost will be using from now on. Like, the last session, I don't think you heard it, but essentially they announced that they are going to be the ghosts of Imperia now. And
Right.
that this, you can kind of put together with them moving things inside, that this is where they're going to make their either temporary base or turn into their permanent base. This is where they're operating for now.
I'm gonna look at it and kind of speak to, I guess, Eldenor, since he's closest. Like, kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, doesn't it? To be like a, like a base that's trying to be hidden away, considering you're calling yourself Ghost. I'm not
Elden's kind of like, he looks to you. Well, we have a very not aesthetic we follow, but sure, the house does look a little bit noticeable compared to the rest of the town, but that's fine. I believe it will suit our needs for now. We're not entirely sure if we're going to be holding up here permanently, but this is what we have to make do with.
Right.
Besides, there's a whole other area right below the house.
Okay, well, that's good that we can stash more supplies and commodities for future projects.
Absolutely.
Are you guys okay? Like, anybody else injured?
Eldenor kind of looks to you. I wasn't there, unfortunately, so
Right,
I'm
right.
fine.
So many faces. My apologies.
You see Talus is like leaning against the building, and he's got a little bit of like a shell-shocked kind of look to himself, because if you remember, it was him and Talia that were targeted at the very end,
Right before.
where he almost had his life snuffed right out in front of you guys. So he's kind of standing there processing what's happened. Gatekeeper and Karak are very stoic in their manner. They're just kind of helping lift and move. They're not saying a word.
I'm just gonna go up to Talus, I guess.
He looks up to you, like, it's like deer in the headlights. His pupils are so large.
I'm just gonna simply like put my hand on his shoulders, just like, "Are you doing all right, kid?"
He kind of like he knocks your hand off of your shoulder, or off of his shoulder, and then he just walks away.
Michaelis just gives a kind of depressed look, just staring off as he walks away. It's like, and he kind of just turns to the gatekeeper, just kind of like, nodding his head towards the kid.
Gatekeeper, just so if you're unaware, Gatekeeper is blind.
Oh.
Like her eyes are
Yeah.
they're whited over. Like,
This is awkward.
Michaelis doesn't know. He just does it.
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I just think
You
she's
see
being
Kara-
stoic.
you
So
see
he's ableist, too.
Gatekeeper-
Ah, fuck off.
You see,
Add it to the
Gatekeeper
list.
is still moving like stuff, kind of like haphazard, like she's being careful. Karak just kind of grunts. He just needs as she continued moving things along.
Well, keep an eye on the kid, right? Things are gonna get tougher from here. And I'm gonna go off towards the docks.
So the rest of you get to where the area where you see Lascivious, Zoltan running house to house. They're coming back to Talia. So you see the animals. You see you see Azria and Talia, as well as the other three. Cheshire and Charles go. They kind of like give subtle nods to the others, but then they go inside.
I'd like to walk towards the hippogriff and Talia, and like I'll continue holding Bonelia's hand if she wants to go with me, but I'm kind of absent-mindedly bringing her with me.
She wants to see Shaggy. She'll go.
Nice. I'll go there and I'll just kind of like.
I'll let go of her head. I'll let them.
I'll go to the hippogriff. I'll just kind of like pet the hippogriff, like, oh, good girl, good girl. Then I looked at Talia and I'm like, where's Talus?
She kind of like, before she tells you anything, she just kind of stands up and gives you a hug.
Yeah.
Like
I
and it is extremely tight. The hug that she has on you.
Oh no.
She eventually lets go. She just kind of exhales. I've been very busy, keeping Azria stable, but from what I saw, he's over there with the rest of us. If you want to go check on the others, they're over there as well.
As she finishes her sentence, telling me that he's here and that he's made it, just kind of like a big shit-eaten grin just starts creeping from Sonic's face. And then he just kind of like grabs her by the shoulder and he's like, homes can be replaced, but people, we got everybody. I mean, this is the biggest win we've had.
She had a very somber look most of the time, but she was shocked for a brief moment, but she kind of smiles, like a genuine bit of a smile. And she just very lightly just places her hand on your cheek and just gives it a little, like, friendly little tap. I don't think I've ever heard a more true sentence come out of your mouth.
Yeah, I do talk a lot of shit, and then I'm just gonna start walking away towards the the others.
She very, like, she looks genuinely so much happier than initially. Like, she looked very kind of defeated with the very shitty splint that had been made, but genuinely it looks like it lifted her spirits quite a bit. Shaggy looks to you, Bonelia, and you see it's hanging there and it's kind of like peeking around like it's looking for something, and then it's like where its eyes would be narrowed down on you, and it's still for a moment before it just runs up and wraps itself right around you.
Bonelli does the same thing where, like, she sees him, like, she sees Shaggy and goes still. And then they move at the same time and she gets wrapped around. And then she's off balance and she falls over and she kind of just rolls on the ground wrapped in Shaggy for a minute.
So you two just, like, wrestle around on the ground, just wrapping around each other, just messing around, catching up. Eventually, once you kind of, like, get up, like, onto your knees and stuff, Shaggy kind of looks you, like, up and down, and it takes one of its tassels and it lifts, like, the part of the tattered part of your outfit, and just, it latches itself onto your attire and acts like the rest of your coat.
Sees this and she looks down, and then she stands up with pride now that she's no longer showing off so much leg.
Too much.
She's not a whore.
Shaggy kind of, like, notices your super, like, pride in this particular moment, and it just stays there, like, until you tell it to go, it's gonna stay there by your side.
Cool, Shaggy is now part of her clothing.
Oh shit, that's awesome. Real quick, I just want to make a point that while Lascivious is, like, searching like places for medical stuff or whatever, I think he's also going to be, like, moving towards where Cheshire's old house was, or at least looking for, like, where that might be, and, like, also taking a gander there. But
you get a clear indication. You get a clear indication of where that is, and that's, like, as you're kind of going about, you see the house, and it's the ones that the ghosts are out front and moving stuff into.
Oh, okay. Then he'll, as he's collecting materials and stuff, and, like, going back and forth between Azria and Talia, he'll also make his way towards the ghost house and but do other stuff first, obviously.
Mabel, you see everyone that is there. Do you do anything with them at all?
Yeah, I think Mabel just kind of makes her rounds and kind of putting an arm on some people's shoulders, kind of asking if they're okay. Which house specifically did like Charles and them go into?
The house that's right behind Azria and
Right behind.
Talia. It's that big one right in the middle.
Is that what's going to be considered like their safe house? Like that's where everyone's
Yeah.
going to kind of gather after?
Yeah, you can put that together.
Yeah. Yeah, I think after seeing who she can see, despite like, Lascivious and Michaelis and others who have kind of done their own thing, I think she's just gonna kind of go into the house and kind of wait for everyone to gather.
Okay. So we'll do that. So we'll come back. Benny, are you going into the house as well with everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes,
Okay.
she's gonna go in. I imagine
Um,
most people are kind of giving her a weird look because they didn't like the monsters, so probably seeing her is not very
Yeah. Everybody that you have walked past has cleared a path for you. Like, they are moving right out of the way. They want nothing to do with you.
Oof.
And now that they've seen that Shaggy's latched on to it even further, you could see like a bunch of people like doing little hushed whispers as they point.
Yeah, she's gonna go inside.
They're just that jealous. It's like, dude, I wish I had a fucking robe that attached me. I want to be Doctor Strange.
Sorry,
Okay.
who's that?
It's bullshit.
So, Lascivious, as you're kind of gathering up stuff, so you drop off like a bunch of things with Zoltan. Azria and Talia take them inside.
Okay.
Sonnet. So before we go on to that, Zoltan, before, because I assume you would be following them inside, right?
Sorry, me? I'm going to the ghost house. I'm going to.
So I meant Lascivious.
Oh, me?
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, like, yeah, I'm bringing supplies and stuff as well.
Okay.
So I probably would be following in with the materials that I've collected.
Cool. I don't know if it'll help. I see that my fucking like pay and stuff is going up to like the thousands. So could we by chance turn off cameras for a little bit to see if it might help with that?
Okay.
Sure.
Sure.
I just don't want to cut out, if
Yeah.
it's potentially going to.
Is that better?
For now it is, but I'm gonna keep my eye on it.
Okay.
All right.
Groovy.
So Lascivious,
Yeah.
you said you were going to follow.
So
them
actually,
in, right?
I'm just gonna kind of grab Zoltan and be like, hey, sorry, I need to go quickly do something. So here are the materials here, and I'll be back in like maybe 15 minutes.
He kind of like, before you kind of go off, he kind of puts his hand on your shoulder, and just simply says, I have a feeling that the entire group is going to have a little bit of a conversation inside, so try not to be too long, okay?
No, I'll be quick. And Zoltan, I'm glad you're okay. Again.
He a small cheeky little grin goes across his face, and he kind of like pats your back like very roughly, like a swat essentially. And he kind of like chuckles. You're too soft for me, bud. You're too soft.
Yeah.
You've got to harden up your shell. You got a pretty lady inside.
Anyways, I'll be back.
He smiles and he brings the supplies inside. Sonnet and Lascivious, so you both kind of start making your way towards the ghost house, and you just
Can
both
I
happen to
sneak up to them? Can I try and
You
go
wanna
up
sneak?
Yeah, up to the ghosts.
Yeah, for sure. Are you trying to like make it so they don't see you? Like, what are you
Yes.
trying to?
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
want
yeah.
them to see me.
Do I notice this happening?
Roll stealth. Evelyn, who's playing Codric, also go inside.
That would be a 21.
21k. Yeah, none of them notice you. You're very easily able to go in behind the buildings and kind of slither through the alleyways that the town has without being noticed by any of them.
Nice.
For
And
a split moment, Gatekeeper just kind of stares at you straight forward, but she can't see, so she just moves.
I just want to not sneak past them, but sneak up to them, and then.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I just want them
Well,
to
then
not know my presence is there.
Okay, well, in that case, yeah, you go right around. Like, they don't notice you at all. They haven't noticed you as you're kind of coming up, so you have a little bit of a surprise moment for them if you so choose.
Nice. Yeah, so I just want to kind of stand there and like look at what they're doing for a second, and then just be like, "Well, isn't this an upgrade?" And just kind of like shout it at them.
So Gatekeeper is like moving things forward. You sneak right up to her, and you're able to like stare her up and down, like if she doesn't fucking notice. And then you speak those words, and she just drops what she has, and kind of like jolts back for a second.
And then I'll be like, "Hey, Gatekeeper, watch where you drop those things." And then
you see, like she had her hand on her sword, and then she hears your voice and just lets it go. But you see, like her eyes narrow at you.
I'm just gonna.
Go on.
You can't tell, but I'm smiling right now. She's
correct me if I'm wrong. She's not mute, right?
Sorry.
She's not mute.
Yeah, she's not mute.
But she doesn't really speak all that often. Okay.
Yeah, she's just quiet.
She doesn't say anything, but you can tell she's huffing and puffing essentially. Karok and Eldenor turn around, like they also get kind of like jolted by your little surprise, but they do turn around and they greet you. I mean, upgrade is a strong word for a rundown house that used to be a cultist hideout. I'm not quite sure how we feel about using a former cult hideout, considering we just got ran out by one, but take what you can get.
I mean, coming from Zaboyum, anything's really an upgrade to me, so things look great.
He just kind of like, he gives a small little corner of a smile. Well, I mean, if you want to help us get some things inside, you're more than welcome to lift your,
Oh, you know me. I just kind of run my mouth while you guys move stuff, but if I have to, then I'll go and find a box nearby.
Okay. So you're just going and grabbing boxes and bringing them inside. Lascivious, so you come up with the group. Are you saying anything to them?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go in and then be like, "Hey guys, I know you guys are busy, and I don't want to get in your way, but and I kind of like flip out my knife and I just kind of twirl around a little bit, the shadow dagger, and I'm like, I found this a little while back, and I've come to learn that there might be some information about where the other half is in this house. Do you mind if I take a little gander real quick and then get out of your hair?"
You see Eldenor kind of like, he looks at the knife. I mean, I've been throughout the house entirely, and if you want to double check, you are more than welcome to. There's a couple of notes that are lying around, but
okay,
there's no blade.
Oh, fair enough. I wouldn't assume a cool magical blade would just be lying around in the house. So, but thanks.
You're
I
more
appreciate
than
it.
welcome. You're more than welcome to go and take a peek, though. We may be the ghosts, but we are moving things in. We might not be so thorough in finding all the nooks and crannies.
That's fair. All right, then I'll just get to it then. And I'm just gonna walk in.
Roll a investigation check for me while that's happening. Sonnet, you can roll some athletic checks for me as well.
Nice.
For helping them move.
Yeah.
I rolled a 16.
Okay. And Sonnet, what did you get?
I rolled an 11.
Okay, so everybody's very easily picking up stuff and moving them in at a very quick and almost conveyor belt like pace. and you're just very gingerly taking your time, just
Hell yeah.
viewing the town as you're kind of moving these things. Lascivious, with your 16, so looking throughout the house, there is no little secret compartments or anything along the lines. You do
Right.
find the entrance that would lead to the cultist hideout before.
Okay.
You can see there's a bunch of boxes from stuff that Eldenor has moved in his time here before everybody else. You do see a couple of papers kind of around the room that haven't been all that tidied up.
Yeah.
You see that there is one that is regarding a graveyard not too far from town.
Okay.
It mentions being in werewolf territory,
Yeah.
but it also mentions that some old adventurers are buried there, and it seems like this was a cultist's list of like a grave robbing site.
Oh, okay. Then I'll take the note, and I'll just in case I'm gonna look through all the other notes real quick, but obviously keeping that one just to see if there's any potential more information.
What kind of information are you looking for?
Just on more confirmation of the knife
Of the
itself,
daggers
and then of the daggers themselves specifically, and maybe about the werewolves and all that stuff, and then also, if I may, just maybe if there's anything to do with Cheshire, since this is his old home.
So, I don't need you to roll an extra investigation check or anything along those lines. There's not, in terms of records, there's not really a whole lot, other than you see a billboard that has names listed across it.
Yeah.
These are names that you've already heard of or have seen. So you see Fisto, you see LeFay, you see Cyrus, you see Cheshire's name as well, and you see there is a singular section where it looks like a name was supposed to be written, but it's been left blank. But that's really it. Regarding the werewolf territory, the note that you read about the graveyard just specifies this was a adventurer graveyard from a couple ages ago. It might be a good spot to potentially find armaments from old bodies, or even weaponry or loot from the graves.
I'm going to keep the note of the list of names that we already know and the one that's left out. I'm going to keep that, and I'm also going to keep the note about the graveyard, and then I'm going to thank, I believe it's Eldenor that I was talking to. I'm going to thank him for letting me, look around, and I'll mention, if I have time, I'll come back and I'll give you guys a hand as thanks. And then I'm just gonna. Sorry.
He just kind of he stops you. It's like, yeah, we're fine with help. We don't need to move anything else inside. We've got it all handled. Although,
Thank God I dropped my box.
And then I'm just gonna I'm gonna look to Sonnet and be like, no, not you, Sonnet. You still need the help.
No. They got this. They got this.
See, Eldenor's just kind of looks at you with a very side eye and just kind of goes back.
Yeah.
I do see you've happened to come across the notes.
Yes. Yeah, I did.
You're more than welcome to keep them.
Yeah.
But this is a good chance for something. If you want to indulge me a little. Sonnet, you come here too. And he kind of gestures you over.
I walk over.
Your friend, Bonelia, you mentioned, if I'm recalling this correctly, you don't know where her necromancer is, correct?
No, not at all.
Or even if she has a necromancer properly.
Yeah. No, we... yeah, no idea.
She is, without a doubt, the strangest thing I have ever witnessed in my life, and that is saying something.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with him on that one.
Okay, well, if you want to help out your friend a little bit, I actually have a little bit of a task that regards that graveyard.
Oh, I kind of look at Sonnet kind of curiously, like, oh, okay.
I just nod my head, like, yeah, we should do it.
I have a couple of theories about what may be causing, or what could have caused, or how this necromancy thing works with Bonelia. Uh, but I need to do experiments. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of dead bodies in this town. If you don't mind, like if you're already making your way, or
Right.
if you have any other plans, can you bring me back at least 5 bodies? I want to try to test out to see if I can summon these skeletal creatures and then cut off the tie between the necromancer and the summon itself.
Is that like, is that gonna hurt their soul or something? Like torture them?
Well, I mean, in most necromancy, the soul has already left, and the body is just a vessel for or a tool for some necromancers. I believe Bonelia is a very particular case, and hence why I want to do some experiments.
Right. Well, I mean, if you're not torturing the souls of these people, I don't really have a problem with it, I guess. You know, do you, Sonnet?
That would be lovely.
Nope. Nope.
Okay.
I can't really. Yeah, nope. It's
Well,
just
I'm
stammering with words.
it's like it's okay, Sonnet. You'll figure it out. I'll just feel like, well, I would like to go there. Anyways, I'm gonna talk to the group first, but yeah. Sonnet, do you want to meet up with the rest of the group, or do you have something you need to do?
Nope, we should do that. And I just I put a hand on my book and I just kind of start walking away from him awkwardly.
Well, I guess I'll catch you later, Eldenor. And then I'm gonna follow Sonnet, of course. How's the internet, real quick? Is it better or okay?
There
What happened
guys,
there?
Internet went out for a bit.
That was
Okay.
beautiful.
That was
timing.
perfect timing. I was like, "How's it going, Walker? Internet better?" And then he just left. So are we not doing cams today then?
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna
'Cause-
work right now.
Walker, I think you can disable the cameras like I was doing if you right.
How's that possible?
Left click.
How do I do that?
or
Right
sorry,
click.
Yeah, right.
No, it's
click
right.
on them. You right click on them.
Everybody who wants to turn on their camera can, and I'll just right click one by one and off.
Yeah, and then you
Yeah.
can just turn them off.
And then they're just
Disable
off for
video, disable video, disable video,
Because I'd like to see everybody when I'm
disable
engaging.
video,
So.
disable video.
Ah, I'm
Okay,
at the
cool.
top now. Gross.
Okay.
Let me join last. Let me join last.
I'm in the middle. Aha.
Okay. Anywho,
Wow.
so, so just before I left, what was the last bit that just happened? Did somebody say something that I missed?
Basically, I just Sonnet and me both mutually agreed to leave to go to the rest of the group, and I just said I'll catch you later, Eldenor.
Okay, perfect. All right, awesome. Are you two then going back to the safe house then?
I think that's safe to say, yeah.
Sonnet, are you doing anything elsewise?
I'm just keeping a fast pace in front of Lascivious, just holding my book, just kind of trying to get away from him.
Actually, real quick, I'm gonna kind of grab Sonnet as well, and I'm gonna stop him for a second.
Yep.
Hey, I've been kind of making my rounds, and I've been meaning to say this, but I haven't gotten around to it. But I really appreciate you saving Azria the way that you did. That was really cool, and yeah.
Did you hit your head?
No, I did not hit my head, Sonnet.
Okay, okay. This is just a little. This is nice.
I appreciate that. Yeah, no, your words really they struck a chord, and I think you've definitely helped change me for the better. So I appreciate that. I was a kind of a piece of shit. So
Honestly, we were all kind of pieces of shit. Maybe not Mabel. And I
yeah,
put,
Mabel's
like, a hand
tight.
on his
She's cool.
I put a hand on his shoulder and just kind of like, you kind of see like the jest of his stature kind of
Mm.
leave him for a moment. He's like, I'm sorry about your sister. It was a beautiful ceremony, even if brief. It was a beautiful moment I got to share in it.
Mm.
Thank you for that.
Last thing. Kapir did his work, and this scar is all that's left. But I'm really scared that Lolth will do what she did to me again, and if that ever happens again, I want you to kill me, because I don't want to hurt you guys.
Well, first things first, she's gonna have to get through all of us.
Yeah.
But just so you don't have to worry, if there is absolutely no choice, I will do what needs to be done to make sure that you don't go out tainted.
Thank you. Anyways,
Back to the group.
Yeah, let's go.
So the two of you head back to the safe house. Michaelis,
Yep.
so you go to where the massive ship sail is. There's a lot of commotion happening about. You see a very large crowd of people that have recently got off of the boat, or people that are currently just trying to get to the boat and see who has arrived. You see there's a giant crowd there swarming it, though. Of course, you see the people that are on the boat that are currently manning like the oars to keep it going.
Right. Can I push through the crowd?
Absolutely. You
Alright.
shove through the crowd to see what the whole commotion is about, and you see one familiar face and two that you've never seen before. Firstly, you see William standing there as he's trying to kind of calm the crowd. Like, hey, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. We just arrived. There's no need to shove. It's fine. And you see beside him is a bugbear carrying a gigantic axe-looking weapon, and on his left is a owlin
Oh shit.
standing with a small lantern in a cloak.
Ooh.
Oh, thank God, Michaelis, please, can you help me calm this crowd? They're a little bit feisty to try to take my boat.
Yeah, we do not want that. I turned to the crowd, it's like, what's this all about? You guys trying to steal a boat?
Do you see like some of the Kremers like, no, we're trying to leave. After we heard about what happened in Imperial, we don't want to be here. We want to go where everybody else is. Zoar's safe.
That might be the case, but we can't all just be cramming onto the one singular boat and then possibly making it overboard and sink everything. Also, this, I'm willing to guess, and I point towards William, this is his boat?
William just kind of nods like, yes, this is mine and my family's boat. Thank you very much.
So we're doing the best we can right now. Whatever's happening in Imperial isn't coming here yet. I'm well aware that we're trying to organize some sort of formal way of evacuating people off this continent. But for right now, if we all try to rush and crowd this, we're doing more harm than good. So we want to keep everything in an orderly fashion and just everybody stay calm. All right? I'm going to turn to William quickly and just say it's like, I was told that there's a guard here. You wouldn't know anything about that, right?
You see, he kind of turns to the bugbear behind him, or beside him, and goes, this is Brug. Brug, say hello. Oh. And you hear
Brink.
you see him huff, and then he goes, Brug. Because he's a bugbear. He's been assigned to be my bodyguard ever since the war has started. The family has decided that I apparently need a babysitter. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I can't say I would be a fan of that either.
But if you're looking for a guard per se, he's the only one that's got any guard capabilities, I guess.
Well, because I was looking to form some sort of militia at least, but if this is your bodyguard, I don't think it's not even in my power or jurisdiction, or even would it be right for me to take your bodyguard away from you, so...
He just kind of nods. How about we just kind of catch up for a little bit here? Like I mentioned, this is Brug, and this is Lynn. And she just very kindly and softly moves a feather forward to shake your hand. Goes, it is a pleasure to meet you. I've heard a lot about you and your adventuring party from Sir William.
Oh, well, hopefully it's mostly good news. And I shake her hand.
She,
or feather.
The grip that she kind of has on you is very soft and gentle.
Yeah,
But it
and
kinda
I try to be very dainty. Like I'm doing like the Italian cups kind of thing,
Yeah.
just like doing like this. Just like...
She does squeeze your hand, however, just a little bit, and she kind of like pulls you a little bit closer. I have heard that you're the reason the war has started, though, so you're not off on the best foot.
Pardon?
I said I heard your group is the reason why the war in Zawar has started, so that doesn't put you on the best foot.
Wait, out of game. Like this is the thing that
I'm the one who told that Mabel's father was her father, and so then Bane was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, but I don't know that at that or
You
Well,
would because you were
you're
there.
aware of it,
There.
yeah.
no, I was there, but I don't know that you're okay. I
And
know
then
the
we
part
heard that the
thing.
war
it was
started.
mentioned before when Kupir was outside of Lascivious' house, and it was after the events of Samara and everything. Michaelis was there and would have overheard a blurb of that happening.
He would have been
Yeah.
maybe
Right.
drunk, but he would have heard.
No, I would have heard, but now I'm putting two together. So I was aware of it, but now I'm thinking
Yeah.
back. It's like, it's just like, oh, that motherfucker, fuck. And I kind of just rub my forehead.
She lets go of your hand. It's fine. Zawar and Gamora are currently having diplomatic solutions at the moment. We expect Bane to currently arrive in the city in a couple of days, to be honest.
But
We
Bane is arriving in Zawar.
Yes, we have actually come here to try and get the leaders of Imperia to join in on this meeting, but judging by the smoke cloud in the distance, that's not going to be an option, is it?
No, that most definitely is not going to be an option. Or the best of option. You might have trouble trying to find certain leaders, because for all I know, some of them are dead.
You see William just kind of like stops. Where's Mabel?
Mabel left the city. She's somewhere in the town square with the others. She's working with my group.
You see he just brushes right past you. Like he just bumps right past your shoulder and then continues to walk. And Lynn like immediately, Sir William, and just follows him right behind. Brug also follows behind, but he's got very clunky steps.
Okay,
Brug is a solid like foot above you.
Oh my god.
He just kind of looks down at you and just Brug, and then continues.
All right, Brug.
That's so bad.
I'm gonna just step forward and look at the crowd. Has the crowd been kind of silent for a bit, or just milling up?
Yeah,
like,
they've
murmuring?
essentially just been watching you. Like the sight, you would have noticed this. The crowd was mainly watching you and Brug, like comparing the size.
I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna pre-emphasize this by saying I'm gonna roll for intimidation. I guess I'm gonna turn to the
For the
crowd.
crowd or for Brug?
For the crowd. No.
Yeah, roll for intimidation.
Okay. Before I say it, I guess. Ooh, baby. 18 plus 7, 25.
Okay. So the crowd, how are you intimidating them?
I'm gonna turn to the crowd and say, it's like, if any of you try to take over that boat, and I'm gonna let them gather their attention from me saying that, it's like, not only am I gonna throw you overboard, I'm gonna let Brug over there come in and finish you off as well.
You see the crowd, like, they look at you, and you mention Brug, and they all shift. Brug kind of looks over his shoulder, and just smiles, and they all just scatter.
Just manhandled that crowd.
I gotta go pee 1 second.
And does Brug look at me? I'm gonna say, give him the thumbs up, just like.
He just kind of, like, nods his head upwards at you and continues walking.
All right. Well, I was like, well, that is a good side. But there's a couple of shipmates on the boat, right?
Yeah, you see that there's a ogre who's manning one of the main stations that, like, the Incarnate only has, like, Viking ships and such like that, but you can tell that this boat has some magical elements into it, and the orc is currently shoveling blue crystals into a engine-like piece down into the center of the boat, while the gnome has kind of like a map and is charting the path, and the human in the back is kind of getting some supplies ready to get off of the boat.
All right, I'm gonna so quickly go down and speak to them. It's like, now I know this is not a shipping vessel of any sort that's for supplies and such, but is there anything here that you guys can part with that could possibly help, like medicine or food?
You see the gnome kind of walks up to you. Like, this gnome is about 3 feet shorter than you, and he's just staring straight up at you. He goes, "What kind of supplies?"
Mainly medicinal, whether it's magical or practical. We got a lot of hurt people here, mostly from burns and crushing injuries. A lot of rubble.
He turns to the human and just kind of... He gives a small little whistle, and the human kind of springs up and goes towards a very specific set of boxes just off to the side. You can see he carries one up and brings it forward. Medical supplies.
Thank you. I guess one last thing is like, I'm guessing you're gonna leave once William comes back, and then you guys are heading straight for Zuar.
We have a very particular schedule to follow. We will not be leaving Chestertown for at least 1 day.
Well, that's mighty convenient. I have to obviously speak to your captain or whoever, like William, I think his name is.
He kind of like, he jumps and he pokes you in the chest and goes, "What makes you think I'm not the captain?"
Oh, my apologies. William did say it was his vessel. So
it's his boat. That doesn't mean he knows how to steer it.
You got me there. Okay, Captain. I will say this, but I would still have to speak with him. Like, I will say this though, that you're possibly gonna have a couple of extra crewmates on the following day.
You see, he kind of like, he turns to the ship. "We are very light man crewed anyway. It would be wonderful to have an extra hand lift some crystals into the generator."
Well, I'll be sure to help with that. I'm not one to scoff at a hard day's work.
He just kind of smirks and then, like, very poshly waves his hand away at you as he goes back to charting his map.
All right, we'll see you possibly in a day then. Take care. And I'm gonna go and I guess go back towards William while eyeing at all the people. Well, they're all gone, so.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go back to the town.
So everybody heads back to the safe house. The safe house that I have for this location is still being made, so I don't have a map for you guys currently.
Okay.
All right.
But the general layout of the place is that it's currently very bare. You can tell that there are 5 rooms. So there is one for each of you that is available, but they are currently empty. There's not even beds or anything along the lines inside. The only thing that you see inside this house is there's a simple, that tall structure at the very end of it that kind of looks like a little bit of a spire. You can see that at the very base of it is a large little medical type waste spot. So like bloodied bandages and broken splints and stuff like that are kind of chucked over there, and Talia is still mending to Azria's wounds. Everybody that you saw earlier in the town has all corralled inside, and they're surrounding a very large war table. So there's the 5 bedrooms. You see there's a kitchen as well that hasn't really been replenished with supplies yet. And then you see there is a war room. There's a large round table with a map of Orlais on it, and everyone is standing around it. With the exception of Talia and Azria. Apologies. As you're all about to speak and kind of get the layout, the door just slams open, and Mabel, your attention is brought to the door, and you see William flanked by the bugbear and the owlin. And you see his eyes just light up, and he books it to you.
Yeah, Mabel pushes past people, not caring who they are.
Hey.
Kind of caring who they are. I retract that.
Get out of the way, sorry. Get out of the way.
And she like tackles her brother, and
In this kind of hug, like he grabs you, and with the momentum of you like coming towards each other, it's like you're being swung around, like your feet's off the ground, and eventually he just puts you down and goes, "I saw the smoke. We had no idea what had happened. And your friend told me that Imperia had had something had happened. I was so
hey, I'm
worried
okay.
for you.
I'm okay. Stop. I'm okay. When did you get here?
Just today, only like maybe about 10 minutes ago. We were trying to get off the ship, and there was just this crowd of people, and they wouldn't let us pass. They were trying to take our ship."
Yeah, well, everyone wants to get away from here now, so.
Yes, I imagine that'll be explained here in a moment. All we saw was the smoke. McKillis didn't really mention what happened.
Yeah, Imperia is gone.
Gone? She he kind of like looks up to everybody and notices like Charles is there, Cheshire's there. He doesn't really recognize the ghosts or the one-shot characters or anybody like that, but he's kind of gandering over, and he's seeing that some people are injured. Azria is incredibly damaged, and he just kind of looks to you with like this very glazed expression as you see he starts darting his eyes around you. He's like, "Are you injured, like, at all?"
I'm okay.
He just very gently, he puts his, like, he cups his hands on your face and gets really close. He goes, you have to come back. You can't be out here with all this happening. You have to come back.
Funny you say that. That was kind of the plan. Is there enough room for all of us?
I mean, the house is huge. I mean, we have
on the boat. Is there enough? I think everyone wants out, so.
Well, we definitely can't take all of your friends, but we can probably carry the few that are the most important.
Is there any way we could send a few for the rest?
I mean, Mabel, I don't know if you know, but since the wars happened, the docks are on a very strict schedule. It's
No,
in
you're
order
right.
for
You're right.
in order for us to get this boat here, we had to book this boat out for 2 weeks in advance. And unfortunately, the boat can't even leave whenever we want. Like, we can't even leave today. There's unfortunately the one with the war that's happening in Zoar. Radana is its major port is closed. It can only take one ship at a time.
Right. How is everyone back home?
Stressed to say for sure. Michaelis mentioned that none of Imperia's leaders are available.
Well, who you see here is who we know made it out. I don't know about anyone else. So
You see, he just he puts a hand over his mouth, and he just kind of like very stressfully kind of washes his hand kind of all over his face. Like you can tell he's super stressed. And that's when you see the Owlin fly through the door. Sir William, you cannot just dart up.
who are they?
You see the Owlin just spots you, and she immediately just kind of like bows over. Everybody in the room is able to see this Owlin take a small bow in front of Mabel.
No, you can get up. Please get up.
Lascivious is gonna kind of like
What?
chuckle a little bit, like.
No.
I knew she was a princess.
Yeah, I know, right?
Please stand up. Like,
Your Highness.
Stand up.
I'm kind of
Cornelia like starts bowing and like looking around, wondering if she's supposed to be doing that.
No.
Son
No,
is
like,
definitely
as-
giggling at this point.
I'm gonna like
as
give a thumbs up
yesterday,
to
please.
Cornelia.
Please, just please.
She bows all the way.
Stand up.
She does stand up. Yes, my apologies.
It took
My
you
apologies.
a minute there.
We have to pay our respects. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm new. My name is Lynn, and she reaches her wing out to go and shake your hand. I'm currently William's organizer. I'm keeping him on track with everything that's happening at the moment. I'm sorry we haven't been formally introduced at this point.
You have an organizer? What?
You see, he just a small like angry kind of like face, like he's a little bit let
Organizer?
down at the fact that he needs one. Yes. Dad has decided that with the war happening, not only do I need an apparent organizer to keep me on task, I'm sure he'll be here any minute. And that's when you hear some slight thumping coming from outside.
Oh, here
And
it
a man
comes.
that's far too big for the doorway just appears. Like, his head is not even visible. His chest is right at the ledge of the door. And you see he tries to walk forward through it, but he just kind of bonks his head and grunts before leaning down and coming through the doorway and looking at you, Mabel, giving a small little nod and going and standing next to Lynn. As this is Brug. He is my bodyguard as well.
So, babysitter. That's what he. He's your babysitter.
You,
It's okay.
Brug looks to you and just nods in agreement.
It's the biggest
Yeah.
babysitter I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Oh,
wow.
well, it's,
He
he
would
certainly
kill a
showed the
baby.
crowd up
Yeah.
there.
Wow. Not bad. How the I was gonna make a joke. I don't think now's the time.
Your
Save
friend
that.
is your friend's gonna be here in a moment. I hope it's okay, but I kind of want to sit in on what's happening here.
No, of course. Yeah. Yeah. Come on.
So Brug fully kind of goes through the house. Everybody gets like a good view of him. Even the tallest who's the tallest person in the party? Is it Michaelis or is it Lascivious?
I think it's me.
I'm 6'2".
I think I'm 6'2" as well. Let me check.
I'm 4'10".
It's Boney.
Well,
Cornelia,
Cornelia.
this bugbear just is like double your height.
Jesus.
He's 8 feet tall. Damn.
Damn.
I looked to Zoltan. He's in here, right?
Yeah, Zoltan's
I
in
looked
here.
at
Zoltan's
Zoltan
like a
and-
solid 7 foot.
He is 7 foot. I looked to Zoltan. I'm like, I thought you were big.
Zoltan kind of like looks at him, and you see like you mentioned that to him, and Zoltan hasn't taken his eyes off of Brooke. He's trying to make himself look taller.
Tippy toes.
Puffs his chest out.
And just behind, as all that happens, Michaelis comes through and sees the entirety of the group. Charles speaks up. Cheshire's sitting down, just kind of feather on his forehead. Just he looks like he's in a thinking position. So we this has been a rough 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
You could
shit.
say that again.
Amelia
So,
nods, even though she has no idea what happened.
with everything that has happened, rest assured, the few scouts that we are currently in contact with are trying to figure out how the cult attacked Imperia. We're in the middle of trying to figure that out right now.
Hmm.
For now, we are going to try to gather every single person that you all have met and has agreed to come help. We're going to start putting together our army.
Right.
Whether this be people you've met once, you did a singular task for, or helped in some grandiose heist of the century sort of deal.
Hmm.
Every single hand that you have met or have known may come in handy.
Right.
Well, I think everyone here will be happy to know that, as far as I'm aware, we have at least one god on our side. So.
Yes, Kapir is still in Zaboyum, from last
Oh,
I
right.
have heard.
Right.
Unfortunately,
told
he
us that.
couldn't. Unfortunately, due to whatever he has happening, he couldn't make an appearance for any of Army.
Right.
He's a little bit of MIA at the moment, which is strange. But
Yeah, that's typically how he does it.
I digress. War is upon us,
Hmm.
and I believe that we need to take proper measures in order to make sure that not only the Imperia region, he points to Brug, Lynn, and William, that the Zuar region and even the Zaboyum region are safely secured. We need to ensure as thoroughly as possible that they do not get taken. We
Hmm.
do not know the current state of Imperia, whether or not it's going to be a heavily guarded ruin, or if they've attacked just to send a message. But from what we have seen, the cult hasn't followed us to Chestertown.
Yeah.
I
should
do
prob-
not.
I looked
I
at
do-
Lascivious and the others. It's like I think we should probably bring this up. Like, and I'm like insinuating about the map.
What map? Like outside of the game. What map?
The Lolth cultist map.
Mm.
Because Chestertown has a big blip on it that shows a cult hideout.
Oh, sure. I forget, but okay. Yeah. Do I have the map?
I have it.
Okay, then
Mm.
yeah.
And I'm
Michaelis.
insinuating to the five of you guys, or the
Okay.
4 others. Say, we should probably bring up the thing about the cult, right?
Yeah. Anything.
Lascivious, you actually get a little bit of a reminder. Eldenor said that the house that they're currently operating in was the old cultist hideout.
Right.
You thoroughly explored it. There's not a single remnants of somebody who lived there
Yeah.
anymore.
Right. Yeah. So I actually went through the old hideout area, and it's a
You see
ghost town.
Cheshire raises his eyebrows as he hears you that you went and explored it. But he
Uh,
returns right back to his thought posture.
Yeah, it's a ghost town. There's nobody there, but I did find this, which Cheshire, you probably the only one to be able to answer this question that I have here. I pull out the note of the list of names. I'm like, this has the list of names of everyone that we already know, but it looks like there's a spot missing, a name, and I just want to know if there's another person that's supposed to be on this list, like, you know, someone that we should probably know about. I would assume that you were, well, you know, when you were with the cult that there was at least one more guy in the main group, you know.
Everybody roll insight checks.
My first roll.
I got a nat 1.
Nice.
God fucking damn it.
The curse
Mm.
continues.
I
Nice.
got a 17.
I got a 19.
19 as well.
13.
Bonelia's like, where am I? How did we get here?
Where are you? I'm so sorry.
All of you, just by looking at Cheshire's expression when Lascivious says this, you can tell like he knows some things, but mentioning the last name, you see he kind of looks up, and you can tell he like just based off the expression, it doesn't look like he's actually hiding something for once.
Mhm.
Bonelia, you look at Cheshire. You're like, why the fuck is this bird here?
I
Did this
tossed
bird talk?
I tossed the note over to him of the listed names.
You see as he reaches out, his like his wings and his claws, they are shaking as he grasps the note. These are everybody that I hired during my time in the cult. Obviously, you know every single person who's on this list. Assuming you've gone through my home, like
Yeah.
Mabel mentioned,
Pretty much.
you know that I had a small hand in guiding LaFay along her studies.
Unfortunately.
That was while I was still underneath Loth as a follower.
So
Fisto?
was your protege?
Not my protege, I would say, just somebody I helped learn the basis of magic and told her about the cult and its findings and its desires and wishes and policies. Fisto, of course, you've met. He was the man hired to run experiments for the cult. I reached out to him
Bastard.
because he looks to Bonelia. I'm sorry.
She realized she said that out loud and kind of just looks around at everyone looking at her. He's a bastard.
You're right, Banjo.
He nods. I was no more secrets, no more. And he straightens himself up a bit. He's trying to act composed. You can see right through it. I think it's about time you learned about my extent into this. This is hard for me to say, as looking back upon it, I don't enjoy what I have done, nor what I have set up. But if you will hear me out, I will tell you.
Go for it.
As you're aware, I was born in the banishment realm. My mother was banished to the realm for killing Pacey's wife and only child. My mother was pregnant with me at the time when she was particularly banished. And with the effects that realm has on time, I was born in surprisingly fast rates. When I grew slightly older, I was informed of what had happened and how I ended up here, but unfortunately this world isn't very kind. My mother sold me to Loth. She bargained my servitude to be set free of the realm. Loth has lied to you and manipulated you just as she has done me and my family. She freed my mother, all right. She killed her on the spot to quote-unquote set her free. Since I was born there, the magic affected me growing up, and hence why I have the abilities that Mabel does, as his eyes glow a very faint white. Mabel, you recognize that the white that was in his eyes is much, much more faded than when he first showed you. Like, it's almost like he's losing that ability.
Mhm.
And Loth would kill me if I didn't do as she asked. So I did as she asked. I did reconnaissance in the realm. I studied any way to potentially get out, but I came across no findings. Eventually, Loth came up with a plan to set me free, as she was not strong enough at the time to free herself. She would free me, and I would gather the cult and get its followers, its most loyal members, and form this list here. I found Fisto for his scientific discoveries. I found LaFay, because she was easily manipulated and had a great power within her that Loth plans to take advantage of. Cyrus is a master manipulator and incredibly charismatic man. He can raise armies with a single word. I'm on that list because I was the temporary leader for a very long time. That last name, Oris Tetro as well, obviously. He was a man in high up places who already had reached out to Loth on his own. And so he was easy to oblige. A little while after I had gotten this group together, I realized that I didn't have to serve her anymore. She couldn't reach me with the magic that she had. I unfortunately realized this far too late. And the group had already been put together, and the plan was set in motion. This last name on the list that doesn't have a name on it is because I was told to find another member, but I fled before I could. If Cyrus is doing what I think he is and is running my job now, I assume he's probably found this last person. I do not know who they are. My plan was to get the Grand Banisher's staff to try and use it and banish Loth back to the realm. But this was before you had told me about this scroll. I couldn't use the staff, so I attempted to give it to Mabel. She could not use it at the time, so Charles held on to it. My plan may have put Loth into action, but my plan now is to seal her away forever and to ensure that she never pulls a stunt like this again.
Can we not just kill her?
You can definitely try.
Well, I mean,
Hence why we're putting together an army.
I
Right.
mean, an army's useless when you can't even get close to her. There has to be, I mean, your time under her, there has to be some sort of weakness.
Something to mitigate the fear spell that she puts on us, because every time she's shown, none of us been able to attack.
There is. There is one singular thing.
What is it?
In Zaboyum, there is a mine. It has been left abandoned recently, from what my scouts have told me. But with the cult and Bane having started working together, the cult is starting to look for this mine. At the very bottom of this area lies a potential ally that has laid dormant for centuries and centuries. Eons, even potentially.
What are we talking? Another god?
We might be talking about something even stronger than that.
Sonic,
Strong.
kind of in pain, holds his head.
You good there?
Yeah, I used to work in a mine to get by. It's actually how I tried to save money to get me into this, out of Zaboy.
Hmm. Is this potentially the mine that you worked in?
I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've been back in Zaboy, but it's there's a possibility, but I'm not sure.
Sonnet? What? Are you from the capital of Zaboyum?
I think right in the heart of Zaboyum. Yeah.
If this is the mine that you worked in, I don't want to speak until something has been properly proven. But it seems like you're also in much deeper into this than you might have thought.
What, just
I
because
want
he used to
you
work at the mine there? How does that...
make an insight check, Joe.
It's actually not bad. 18. 21.
You can probably gather, like, there were a couple of mines that were specifically mining for gems and materials. Back from when you used to work in the mine, you could recall that the gems and the precious minerals and materials that you were getting from that was the main focus of your mine.
Mm-hmm.
But you did hear subtle rumblings that it's too convenient that it popped up so close to the center of Zaboyum. Nobody ever really figured out why, but you did hear rumblings of it being far too convenient.
I'm gonna message you, Wonka, real quick.
Sure. Speaking of Zaboyum, yeah, you can make an investigation check, Michael, but you're gonna do it at disadvantage.
Okay. Oh. 13.
Just by coincidence, you think there might be an inkling, but there's no proof or anything to base that theory off of.
Okay.
With Zaboyum being connected to Zoar, I believe it is an incredibly beneficial to reach out to the High Council of Zoar, potentially get an army put together. They surely have the money to do so, and I believe that the council has friends in high places that we may not be aware of. And I believe that is going to be a good start towards getting the people, the manpower that we need in order to win this thing. Of course, whenever you guys happen to arrive, I would like you to check out the mine and see what secrets it holds and what potential the cult sees in it. But I want to set this straight. There is something afoot here that seems far too orchestrated for it to be coincidence. So I do not want any of you, and I do mean any of you, to make heroic sacrifices. Because I personally believe, as he points to the group of you five, I believe, for once in my life, that mere mortals can vanquish a god. And that is what I hope you intend to do.
Oh, I'm gonna kill her.
I second that.
Yeah, being a god killer is a lofty goal, but I think we have the guts to pull it off.
I mean, I've stabbed Bane in the back, so I mean,
I guess
that was
different.
bad.
yeah, I mean it was rough, but you know,
That was the stupidest thing you've ever done.
Yeah,
listen. But hey, at least I have the guts to do it. At least, like, you know, let's.
Yeah.
I have no intention to not try and kill
Please
Wolf.
stop talking.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna
Just
stop.
didn't work well for me the last 2 times, I guess. So, you know, my back's kind of fucked up. Speaking of which, I turn around to show my back to the people. Is my back fine? It's just like scabbing
James,
with
what
acid.
now's
I mean,
not the time.
your shirt is like you have a leather like armor on, dude. We can't see.
No, but Loth attacked me with that acid web, and it burnt my back, and I lost 2/3 of my health.
You didn't deal with that while you had the time off?
I don't know if it's adrenaline run or something, but is it bad? Walker, didn't you have to roll anything to see how bad it looks? Like, I have my health tool, but...
Yeah, let's roll... We're gonna just have you roll a flat d20.
Is it D20?
I rolled a
Just
4.
a flat... Not you.
Oh, Ian.
Ian.
Alright, an 8?
An 8?
Yeah.
Everybody notices that his armor is practically vaporized, and you can see bits of bone from through his back.
Oh my gosh. Jesus
Looking
Christ.
great, buddy.
I mean,
Looking
yeah,
great.
no, it looks good. And then I kind of like, is there, where's Sonic? Where's your friend?
Why are you just mentioning this now? Where were you a week ago when you were in pain and getting all beefed up?
To be fair, this
Did you
happened
not-
during the...
Yeah,
the
this was
cultivation.
as we were leaving Imperia. Now.
I got shot in the back as soon as we left Imperia.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the whole
No.
Bane
This
thing.
was
No.
like
No,
immediately
no.
after
So I was
the
like-
attack.
Okay.
That's like months ago.
That was a month. That would have been like a festering wound at that point.
Where is your skin?
I have no skin. Is it that bad? I don't feel much, so I thought it was fine.
Yeah, that makes
Because
sense.
The nerves are gone.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks great.
Okay, well, I'm taking my
my
time.
God.
It's like, all right, well, I've been through these things before. I don't want to see it, however, because that's just seared into my brain. But I'm probably gonna need this fixed. And I turn to Cheshire.
Yeah.
Just like, don't know if you have a healing spell, a potion that I can just dunk it on my body, and one of you guys can
Wait.
help.
Bunnylee's
Go on.
gonna take off Shaggy and put it on his back.
You see, like, Shaggy, like, you take him off, and you see, as you're walking closer, Shaggy's looking at you and then darting back and forth between you and the wound, and he's trying his best not to touch it. Like, he's disgusted.
Oh,
Yikes.
She kind of just like
I just
Gently
turned to
puts it over.
Benelia. It's like you don't have to do this, Shaggy or Benelia. Like I've been walking around with this the entire time. Has nobody said anything?
I mean,
Yeah,
this
no.
is the first time I've
We've
seen
been
you.
Yeah, I
you
never
just
really
kinda
was
ran
really
off,
paying
so-
attention, I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, I don't think anybody has been because it's we just ran out of a burning fucking city. But I don't know. Like, and
Wait,
then
is the
turned to
adrenaline
Chess-
still pumping? Like, how are you not feeling this?
Yeah.
I don't know. And the less I
Wanna
think about it,
cast
the better.
Cure Wounds?
Michaela's roll a Constitution save.
Yeah.
But I don't feel.
Saving throw, right?
Hey.
Yes.
Yeah.
I should make him fail.
I swear to Christ, I rolled a 24.
A 24. Okay. You begin to feel the pain, but you're so brute forcing this. You're like, I didn't feel it
Still
before.
Yeah.
It's like that thing when it's like in real life, guys. Like, I ever had a thing when it's like you cut your hand or something, you don't notice. It's not painful until you see it, and it's like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
and then it's like it's pain.
Yeah.
Can I quickly use prestidigitation to try and soothe the pain with some coolness?
I want
Yeah,
to cast Healing Word.
Okay.
Cure Wounds. God.
Okay.
Which one?
Danica, feel free to roll your healing dice. He's full health, but for flavor.
Well, no, I'm not full health. I'm still at 26 out of 62.
Oh,
I mean,
well,
Oh yeah, no, we full rested on the way to where we
Yeah.
are now, so you can do a long rest.
Oh, okay.
consider like everything's back to normal once you arrived in town. But for flavor, keep
For
roll it
flavor.
anyway, Danica.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he got 11. 11 hit
Got
points
11?
back. So, yeah.
So when you apply, it was healing cure wounds. Cure wounds.
Cure Wounds, yeah.
Okay. So, like the singed areas in the bone, like you see when you cast Cure Wounds, this little magical aura kind of surrounds the generalized area, and it's kind of acting like Have you guys seen Sanoderm on a new tattoo?
No.
Where essentially it's a form of wrap that you put on tattoos,
Yeah.
but it's skin tight.
Okay.
It essentially makes it look like you're not wearing a bandage, but it acts like a bandage.
Mm-hmm.
Like a second skin.
Exactly, second skin.
Okay.
That is what has been applied to his back. You can see a small little layer of sheen from it, but otherwise, like it looks like it's slowly putting it back together, slightly faster than before.
Okay.
Ew.
Cool.
Uh,
I'm feeling something happening.
Okay, let's go sit down.
Yeah, you should sit down.
Just take a seat.
All right.
please.
Just sit down and I put my back against the chair and I say, oh nope.
Can't do that. And I'm just leaning forward now, just like my hands just like folded.
Jeez.
with that said,
Cheshire almost throws up.
we do have some time here in town before we can make any sort of a play.
Yeah.
William speaks up. Yes, the boat that's leaving to Zawar will leave tomorrow, guaranteed. But I can only take a select few of you. The boat's it's large, mind you, but we just don't have the supplies in order to have people for the trip.
Right.
So, amongst yourselves, I assume the 5 of you will be
Among
joining us for certainly.
Yes.
Lynn, can you run to the boat? And can you see how many extra heads we can carry on that? I need to know how many supplies we have that's suitable for the extra amount of heads. You see she nods. Yes, Sir William. And goes to leave off.
You know what? If the battle is going to Zora, I feel like we should take us and leave as many civilians here as possible for the time being. That way they're not going to be targeted in days time. Just take some of us with us.
Talia lifts her hand for a moment. I hate to burst the bubble of having to select people to choose to go, but your friend here, as she kind of points to Azria, and you see she's like cutting in and out of consciousness, like she's like trying her best to stay awake, but she's like passing in and out. She needs medical attention as soon as possible. And I don't think the medicine and the first aid kits and what we have here is gonna be enough.
Well, of
If
course,
you're
we'll
going,
take her.
Thank you. If you're going to take anybody, make sure you take her and you bring her to the best possible doctor that you can even think of. Because she's going to need every advantage she can get to survive what has happened to her. Just looking at her, I can tell she has some major internal bleeding.
She's not gonna die though, right?
She won't.
I message her, and I'm like, "Don't do it. Just, I'm watching you. Don't do it."
Do you see she like stares daggers at you? She goes, I'm going to tell it to him straight. Azria will not survive the night unless you do a very specific task for me, and I mean very, very specific.
What do I have to do?
Not too far from here, there are the Imperia Highlands. In that area, there's a specific plant that grows. It is called the Elawan plant. If you can gather 5 of those, intact, I can make it so she can be sustained until she reaches a hospital.
Okay. That's done. It'll be done.
It shall be done.
Guys, yeah, we're
It'll
good.
be done.
Oh,
It'll
yeah,
be
I didn't even
shall
think
be
I had to
done.
say it for sure. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I saved her once. I'm not
No,
gonna die
no,
now.
Lascivious. You know what? Fuck her.
Interesting.
Michaelis,
Don't
calm
joke
down,
about
calm down. I'd like slap him on the back.
I see him doing that. It's like, don't. I get it. Bad joke. You don't need to do that. Okay, you hit one thing, I'm gonna be a quadriplegic. So, don't.
Cool.
I'm sorry.
Bunny
You
Lee's gonna
hear
go over to
Azria
her.
just very, very like under like her breath, like, is that a cripple joke?
Oh.
I just kind of say to Talia, like, I think, well, we haven't talked. We still have to have a little discussion, but I think we're gonna be heading up. I think that way. So, we'll get. Well, I'm gonna get that done.
Bunny
See,
Lee's gonna
she,
run over to
she nods.
Azria and cast Healing Word.
Roll the dice to see how much you heal for it.
Cool. And by Healing Word, I mean Cure Wounds, of course, because
Okay.
that's more.
Yep.
Cool. She gets 6 hit points back.
You see, like, she gets some color back to her face, but like she still doesn't look in the best way. She Azria very gently kind of like puts her arm out. She just puts it onto your shoulder very lightly. She goes, "Thank you, skeleton friend. I appreciate it."
She pats her head.
She's just kind of like, her hair is just drenched in sweat. You pull your hand away and it's just covered.
I turn around, I walk back, and I just kind of subtly wipe my hand on my clothes.
Well, now that we have that kind of course set, do you guys mind if us here have the room, or maybe we should go to another room? We kind of need to talk.
Charles kind of speaks up. He's like, this is going to be the temporary headquarters for us, so if you would be so kind,
Yeah.
please take your conversation elsewhere.
No, that's fine. Guys, you got well, real quick, I'm gonna walk over to Azria and I'm just gonna kind of like kneel down and
Give her a
like,
kiss.
no, I'm not gonna give her a kiss. I'm gonna kind of like hold her hand and just be like,
See you later, baby.
you better not die on me.
She, you see, like, the color that was already on her face from Bodelia's magic has already began to like kind of fade, and her eyes like have trouble staying open. But she just kind of reaches over. She gives you a gentle little slap across the face. Goes, and not see this ugly mug again. Not for the world. And she kind of leans against the wall. She's like, I'm gonna take a nap.
Yeah, please do. And I'm gonna kind of like, you know, gently like hold her head and let her like kind of lean it down, and then I'm gonna touch her face just for a moment, and then I'm gonna get up and walk over to the group and just kind of like I guess like kind of motion everyone to leave the room.
And
I'm
we
under the
follow-
assumption everyone's gonna leave the room.
Like everyone?
Like you guys.
Unless
Besides-
you will have like, I'm only gonna allow for 1 or 2 more little spit spats between some NPCs, because we're going on. But I still want you guys to have your little discussion that you guys want to have. But if you want to have one little thing to speak to an NPC, still now I'm letting 1 more go.
I'm good.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll kind of give like a small nod to Charles, letting him know that we'll be back, and to William, I guess I just kind of grasp his shoulder for a moment. Listen, just stay here in the meantime. We'll be back.
Don't think I'm going anywhere. My boat is currently stuck for the day.
Right. Well, don't leave this this building. Is this a Is this a house? What? Yeah. Don't leave.
Go,
Yeah.
maybe.
Okay.
So you all leave the area. Just as you do, the hippogriff also kind of follows through. It nuzzles up against Sonnet, and you see it just
Nice.
lays down as it just kind of sits there, and it's here idly with you guys.
I'm gonna kind of snap my fingers real quick to let my spiders come to me, and because I'm assuming that they probably want to be around me and they can like crawl up my arms and they'll just be there.
You see the spiders, they've actually dug a small burrow underground.
Oh shit.
And you see they come out of the dirt and they just crawl up you to your shoulders, and they just kind of make a little type of noise.
I kind of just like scratch their heads a little bit, and then
Aw.
So Sonnet, you know, we I guess we should probably like, well, I mean, sorry, out of game was Mabel was there too when we saw. Was everybody there when we saw thing with Bonelia? Or was it
Yeah, I
just
was
me and
there.
Sonnet?
I saw
Everyone
it too.
saw it, yeah. Everyone was able to see it.
What thing?
So
The thing.
Oh, we should explain for
Banjo.
maybe for a second.
We're explaining it in game.
Uh,
So Banjo, you were like dead, or at least
Or-
it seemed like you were.
I mean, more so dead than
Yeah.
you,
Right.
Not
'cause-
moving.
Well, you're
You
so yeah.
You
You
know-
yeah. So, but
you were dead, maybe.
and Sonnet, I guess intelligently. I don't know if you that was something that
Oh,
you
it was
planned on doing.
nothing intelligence. It was
Right.
just pure happenstance.
Actually, yeah,
I came in. I saw you. I was planning on getting you some new bones, doing some picking through a graveyard. I know you probably would have been upset, but you know, I'd much rather you be back to us than have the best, leanest legs in the city.
Yeah.
So I brought you to this graveyard. I put you against this gravestone. I was just about to start digging, and then, well, there was a light. There was a. You started to glow, and your bones started to come back. And
Yeah.
this gravestone had the letters. One
We can
second, I'm checking
assume-
my mind. Wait.
you got this.
It had the letters OHELA, and so I think it was Ophelia. I think that might be your name, by chance. I know it's kind of alarming that you just found out you died, and then you died again, and then you got brought back to life, and then now you have a new name.
Well, I mean,
I can't imagine.
if she wants that name, I guess.
I'm just saying, it's
Right.
a lot of information.
Yeah, you know, with the note that we found in Lolth's chambers, and what I saw, was able to tell you, you know, it, yeah, that was you. That was you.
Oh,
And sorry, go ahead.
I died twice?
You revived 3 times, or
Hey, that's a good way of looking at it.
twice, 3 times. How many times have you lived? I honestly, I don't want to know. But
She looks down at her hands. Am I alive?
Phew, that is a loaded question.
Are any of us really, truly alive?
I think so. I think you're alive. I mean, I don't even have a soul, so like we're right there. We're right there together.
You are more alive than Lascivious.
Literally, like, what? Yeah.
Better personality too.
Okay. Well, we didn't have to throw that in, but
Low blow, but true.
yeah. Okay. Well, it's not maybe not true, but
Everybody make an insight check, including
Insight
you,
to see.
Danica.
Okay.
Lascivious has a personality.
Oh.
9.
Oh, nice.
22.
17.
16.
Danica, yours is going to be separate, but for everybody else, anybody who rolled above a 15
Fuck.
remembers
God
that
damn it.
part of her was also starting to come back.
Yeah, her hair and scalp. Yeah.
Bonelia, you, as you're staring down at your hands, you suddenly feel like this flash of a memory that you don't really know where it came from. You, firstly, as they're kind of talking to you, it's like pictures in a movie suddenly just flashing one by one at you. You see Fisto standing. You see the field that had been described to Mabel earlier, this beautiful field. And then it goes black. And then you see the memory of you climbing out of the dirt for the first time. And kind of looking around as there's just bodies strewn about. But you remember not waking up next to or in a grave. So while they may have mentioned leaning you against a grave and something like this happening, you get a sense that you should find where you first woke up again.
I wasn't buried there.
Oh.
Huh.
How can you be sure?
I remember.
Everything?
I mean, if it said your name on the tombstone, then like.
I remember waking up in a field.
Oh.
Maybe that's not her name.
Maybe that's her resting place, but she was grave robbed? Maybe?
If
I'm
you
only
do
speculating.
recall,
Grave
the grave that had Ophelia's name on it was empty.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of look to Sonnet and I go, well, I was actually talking to Sonnet, and when we went into the house, Banjo, I found a note or like talking about a graveyard, just outside of here. And I think it's on the way to where to get those flowers, and maybe that's somewhere we should look. I mean,
Yes. Yes.
because also, great that you're on board, but also, the Sonnet. What's your friend's name again?
Eldenor.
Eldenor.
Brock, the
Elden.
Keep
Eldenor. Yeah, yeah.
first one. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I have a lot of
He had
friends.
mentioned that he wants us to collect some bodies for him from the grave, so we're gonna have to do a little grave robbing ourselves, because he wants to try and figure out how you even exist, and so through his research, he might be able to help you understand how you're even here in the first place. Because I guess, as far as we've come along, like, you're a very special case when it comes to necromancy. Pretty much the only one of its kind. So.
1 in a million.
1 in a million. So yeah, I think
We should go. We should see the graveyard.
I think so too.
Oh, what are we waiting for?
Everyone on board? Yeah, cool.
Yes.
Cool.
I'm glad you're my friends.
I'm glad to.
Right back at you.
Good to have you back.
Truly.
You're a good person, Banjo. Better than all of us.
She tries to give you a smile, but she has no muscles or flesh or tendons, so she's just staring at you the same way she always does. And then she heads towards where she thinks the graveyard is, but it's in the opposite
Whoa.
direction.
Right.
Oh wait.
Yeah, no,
let-
Banjo.
we
So
should-
we
hold
should
on,
actually
hold-
leave the building first, and then we'll kind of we should actually probably
Oh.
tell them that we're going, just so that they know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rights on it. That's what we got to let people know. We got to communicate.
Yes. That is
Yes.
good. Step
So-
number one. Good thing.
Yeah. So let's communicate.
So, I assume it's a safe assumption that you're all going to venture out now, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what we're gonna do is, for this particular instance, you have 2 options.
Okay.
You can tackle the graveyard first, or you can tackle the Eloan plants first. It doesn't matter which order you're going to be doing this in. Whether we end in the middle of combat on one, tomorrow it'll pick up at the same kind of time frame. So both of these will be done within the night time. So by the time that you guys get back, you'll still have time to help Azria as well
Right.
as help Eltonor. But you need to pick now which one you intend to do first.
I think we all decided to go to the graveyard first. I think because I'm assuming
Yeah,
that
but
it's
I
on the
think-
way, but
I feel like we
It's
should go to
smarter
go
Yeah,
go to the
Astria's
plants
stuff.
first, because then we got to carry the dead bodies back.
true. That's a good
Well,
point.
maybe go the furthest and then swing
Yeah.
back and then hit.
That's
Yeah.
a good idea.
Yeah.
Guess we won't get my daggers today.
Boo-hoo.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
do the flowers first. I think Lascivious would want to deep down want to go to the flowers first, but he is also like,
He
what do you want
wants
to
to
do,
be
Banjo?
nice.
What do you want to do? So
Okay,
let's do
so Talia comes out, knowing that you would probably need a little bit of a guide, and points you in the direction that leads to the Imperia Highlands, which is up north through the town. As you begin to make your way through the forest, it's most of Imperia is plains and hills, but as you get closer to the beach line and the border between Zawar and Imperia, you get a lot more heavily forested areas with deep colors and other things. As you head further into the forest, however, not only does the hippogriff followed you for the most part of the way, but you see the hippogriff actually stops about midway through, and it turns to face down a different path, and it looks very curious. down that path, but it sees that you guys are kind of making a beeline, and so it just goes into a loaf position that a cat would take,
Oh.
and it patiently waits. Lascivious, this will be up to you.
Okay.
The spiders can come if you decide you want to, or they can wait with the hippogriff.
Oh right, I was gonna tell them anyway. I'm gonna basically tell the spiders to stick with Azria.
Okay.
And just stay with her, cause just in case, you know.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright, so the spiders, they come up with you to about where the hippogriff goes. You tell them to go off, and they do so. As you're making your way further into the forest past where the hippogriff decided to wait, the forest is getting thicker and darker. It's still like about midday to getting to late afternoon, and the sun is still out and really bright. But as you keep going further and further, it's getting darker and darker and darker. And the colorful trees that were once around this little forest area, they're turning bleak and dark as we come to the Imperia Highlands.
Oh.
When you arrive, I'm giving you the chance to
Oh.
place yourself anywhere in this triangle
What's
for
the
an entry
hole
point.
there? What's the hole?
Right?
This looks a little.
Man, hell.
Well, put you guys there.
Skywalker, the map just loaded for me. What are the bounds?
You may place yourself anywhere in this corner.
Oh, facts.
I'm gonna be
going
right up to the
right
plan.
here. I'm gonna be right here, looking in.
So you arrive. The first thing that you get when you come by is you feel a very heavy air. I would like for everybody to make a perception check.
Come on. I rolled a 3.
Oh,
Hey, not bad.
I got 11.
24.
Nope.
17.
Okay.
Dang, my passive perception. What the fuck?
So Lascivious,
Yeah.
you see what is a generalized looking forest area. The large areas of bushes, those are actually trees.
Yes, they are.
So that's pretty much all you can tell aside from the very specific looking plants that you can kind of piece together that these are the Eloan plants.
Yes.
Give
May I collect the ones in front of me?
me one sec. Danica, you see pretty much the same that Lascivious sees, only up at the top area where that mound of dirt is, you see that there's some kind of shifting movement happening between the areas of the grass there.
Oh god.
The rest of you, not only do you see what Bonilia and Lascivious saw, but with the Eloan plants, not only do you see that there are these, what you can assume to be Eloan plants, but it looks like there's another plant that is bundled within these, and it looks like you're going to have to be very careful picking these flowers.
Mm.
Otherwise, you
What?
could... there's other plants that are with the Eloan plants, and it looks like you're going to have to be very careful when picking these flowers, otherwise you could destroy them.
Oh.
All right.
Fuck.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to roll initiative.
Oh
Interesting.
my.
Against the plants?
The plants fight back.
Okay.
Okay, nice. I thought that was a different number.
Right.
Now, everybody wait before giving me their numbers, please.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, Sonnet, what'd you get?
22.
Michaelis.
22.
Both of you re-roll.
What do you get? 18?
Yeah.
Okay, I got 16.
So Sonnet, you will go ahead of Michaelis. Please remember that.
Yep.
Mabel, What'd you get?
13.
Okay. Bonelia, what'd you get?
Getting water. Be right back.
18.
18?
Yep.
Look at you rolling high. Lascivious,
15.
15. Cool. So how this is gonna go is Sonnet, was it you first or Michaelis first?
It was me
Sonnet.
first.
Okay, so do and then do and then do.
I'm getting water. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
And then do and then do and then do. Okay, cool. So we're gonna do this in initiative order.
Okay.
All of the colorful plants that you see, they are where you can pick the Eloan plants, and I will mark them off one by one as you pick them.
Okay.
Remember, you need 5 that are intact.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So Sonnet, you are up first.
Sure. This is not right. Where's the pointer to? Oh wait, it's teardrop. Can I go to this thingy? This thingy.
Is that within your movement?
I think
Uh,
I can just make it here.
Okay, then you are feel free to make your movement.
Cool. There.
You're gonna make a. How are you attempting to do this? So you see that rumbling mound of dirt. Are you attempting to be stealthy? Are you just going for it? What is your plan?
Yeah, I'll go stealthily and kind of keep my eyes open for anything around.
Roll stealth for me as well then.
21.
You very sneakily make it through. Not a single twig snaps. Not a single brush is stepped on. I assume because of the movement, you're just gonna end your turn once you've moved.
Yeah.
Okay, Michaelis, you are going to be up next. Is
Right,
he
I'm
back?
back. I'm
Oh,
back.
Good timing, good timing. It is your turn. We're doing this like combat, so you may take your movement speed to go somewhere or do anything, but you should know that you should have some awareness to how you are going about when you move.
All right. So I've seen Sonic go that way, so I'm going to measure 30 feet, so I get over there. Going here.
Next up will be Bonelia.
Cool. I'm gonna go for the ones right here.
Okay. What you're gonna do for me, Danica,
Mhm.
is you are going to roll a nature check for me.
Nature check. Okay.
Oh, I got good nature. Are you fucking kidding me? I got terrible nature.
Do I have nature?
Should be a dex fucking thing, because we gotta be careful.
Oh fuck.
Light of hand.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Okay.
What an 8? Oh no, you rolled. I can't give you an 18.
No. I got a 13.
A 13?
Reroll
Yeah.
it.
That's
Oh,
not
wait,
bad.
I don't
She,
know.
she passes.
Okay, she passes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yay!
You very delicately put your bony fingers throughout the plants, and you very carefully lift out one of Eloan plants. So you can now have one Eloan plant to your inventory, and I will mark this guy as a. I gotta use a different color. We're gonna use white. This guy is good.
Yay!
Okay.
And I'm gonna say that picking the flowers takes up an action.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Would you like to take movement towards anywhere else, Danica? You still have movement speed.
Yeah, I guess I'll go over here.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna cast Bardic Inspiration on Sonnet.
Hey.
Okay.
So I play him a quick little tune on my lyre.
Do.
So today is gonna be.
So what? Correct me again. How does Bardic Inspiration work?
That's-
He announces it before he rolls, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I get to choose whether or not to add it to a roll. It just has to be before anything is decided. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And it's a D8 at level 5, correct?
It's a D6.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure mine are D8s now. 'Cause I'm
Maybe
level
it's a
5. We're
D8,
level
but-
5.
Bardic
Oh, then-
Inspiration.
Probably D8.
I'm just gonna double check.
Sick.
Bardic Inspiration. Becomes a D8 at 5th level.
Hey,
Oh, sick. All right.
that's huge.
Yay.
Lascivious, you are up.
Okay, I am going to cast Long Strider on myself. Give me extra
Okay.
10 feet of movement speed, and then I'm going to move to this plant over here.
Okay, go ahead. As you move closer, I would like for you to make a perception check.
Are you fucking kidding me? What are with these rolls? That's a 4.
Okay, you do not. Everything's fine.
You're
Everything's
thinking about
fine.
Azria.
I can't wait. I can't wait to get all these ruined.
You're thinking about Azria, man. You gotta focus. You gotta focus.
Okay.
Gotta have not shit rolls.
Do you have any other actions that you're able to take or anything along those lines?
Let me check if I want to do a bonus action at all. I'm gonna take a cunning action and hide just in case.
Okay. Where are you hiding?
I'm just hiding behind the thing. Like there's a fallen tree, so I'll just hide out of view
Okay,
of
cool.
that mountain.
Cool. Alrighty. Next up, you're gonna do a stealth check for me, but at disadvantage.
He has the
Interesting.
boots.
I have the boots, so I just. Get
Oh,
it
so then just
flat.
equals out.
All right, thank God. That's gonna be 18 plus 7, so 25.
Cool.
No, 24.
Alright, perfect. So you pass perfectly fine.
Okay.
Alright, next up is gonna be Mabel.
I'm following Sonnet, so here we go. Alright, I'm done.
Alrighty. Michaelis. You hear a very light buzz and a humming noise
Oh.
coming from
Oh,
just
fuck.
behind the tree.
God damn.
Maybe
And
don't look.
A small little buzz of light just flies right past you. You can make a attack of opportunity if you like.
Yeah.
Oh
No.
my God, Ian.
No.
Dude.
Leave
No.
the fairy alone.
No, I'm gonna
Make an
duck.
attack
He's gonna
swing.
fuck
I am
you up.
going. I'm going to duck. I was joking.
Okay.
Got it?
Oh.
I don't know.
I kind of declared it.
Oh,
I
God.
don't want you to, you know.
I'll
Are
just
we
give
doing-
him.
How about this? We're gonna roll. Ian, roll a flat d20. If you get above a 10, you're gonna not hit it. If you roll a 10 or below, you're going to hit it.
He gets a 7.
Oh,
Wait,
you're,
no, no,
you're,
wait.
You're not fighting the fairy. No, to
no,
like
no,
not.
no.
No.
Above is
I'm
not
up
hitting.
10.
Oh, above doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, then
Don't
it's
give
fine.
him
Here you
anything,
go.
Nat. Don't give him
Oh,
Here you
anything.
God.
go. I thought it was.
No.
the other way.
I already rolled anyway, so it doesn't matter. I
Oh,
rolled a
Jesus
13.
Christ.
Oh, so you're just
Okay.
a little bitch.
You can keep your 18.
No, well, you said I'm gonna give you a 7. It's like, oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was the other way. My bad.
So you hear this light buzzing, and you just out of instinct just kind of duck your head. You see a will-o-wisp
Oh.
fly by,
It's right
Oh, no.
beside me? What the fuck?
and
Oh,
the
God.
will-o-wisp is going to check for you.
Check me for
Michael,
what?
what is your stealth skill?
My stealth skill? Like,
Yeah.
like the skill, it's +7.
+7.
Yes.
Okay, and what is your stat for it? It's dexterity, right?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
That is also
Okay, what's
+7.
your stat for dexterity?
For the saving throw or just in general?
Just in general, like what's the number?
18 +4.
18? Okay, so just That's so unlucky. Okay. Lascivious,
Yeah.
the will-o-wisp stops right beside you,
Okay.
and it's just illuminating you with this very bright yellow light.
Okay.
Right in front of you, the plant that's right there, you see behind it, something shifts and moves.
I'm gonna investigate what the fuck that is if I can.
You don't need to.
Okay.
Abort, abort.
You see part of the tree that you're leaning against comes to life
Oh,
It's
and
an
goes
ant.
towards you.
as it
As
goes
a-
towards me?
Yeah, it moves at you.
Okay, like aggressively?
Yes, it's gonna make a swing at you.
Wait, but he's
Oh.
like hiding though, right? I mean,
If
The
come
will-o-wisp
on.
is illuminating him. I'm gonna say
So
it cancels
if
it
it's
out.
attacking me, I am gonna be having that damage.
You're gonna have it? Okay, cool.
If
Tell
it
me,
hits.
Michael. Does a 17 hit?
Actually, it does at the moment because I haven't put on my
mage armor.
mage armor.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to hit, and then you're gonna take half of it, right?
Yep.
Cool. You're gonna take 2 damage.
Okay.
Oh.
it's pretty chill.
Mhm.
With that, everybody hears the forest begin to creak
Alpha.
and crack
Okay.
as the sound of twigs snapping and hums of light begin to go. You don't. Everybody make a perception check.
Okay.
Did sound good.
I rolled 11.
It was great.
Got a 17.
I got a natural 1.
Oh god.
Okay. Okay.
16.
I got a
Danica?
5.
Okay. Only. I believe it was Michaela's. What was yours?
17.
17. Okay. So, you notice that there are 2 more twig blights off in your general direction. One that has come out of that tree trunk, and one that has come out of that bush. And everybody feels that mound of dirt begin to shuffle a lot more aggressively.
Oh god.
Sonnet, you're up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like kind of look
That's
back
too
to Bonelia and Mabel and just like I'll point to the flowers on my left and like look at Mabel kind of thing. I'll point to the flowers on my right and look at Bonelia, and then I'm gonna continue. Nice. And then I will continue to here, if I can.
That is perfectly fine. Make a stealth roll again.
Not bad. 24.
24, okay. It does not notice you, but you see another will-o-wisp right over there.
Oh, God. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna end my turn.
Alright, next up is gonna be Michaelis.
Alrighty. Well, I see Lascivious is getting attacked by that. I see that. Well, this one I'm still not seen by the others, right? Like the other twig blights and such.
They're aware of your presence.
Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna shout to Lascivious or just speak to him since he's not. So it's like you gonna need any help there?
May I respond?
Yeah, of course.
Well, I mean, this little bush is attacking me, but part of me doesn't. I feel like we shouldn't be fighting these either, but I don't know what to do. I'm worried that if fighting these things is gonna screw up this whole process of getting these plants, but I don't know what to do. Just despite that.
Out of game, how big are these twigs?
Like their size?
Yeah.
Yeah, like 3 feet tall or something.
I think they're like canonically like 3 to 4 feet tall.
Okay.
All right. Because I was thinking when I saw the tree thing, it's like it's like an ant from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, no, they're no.
And I say, well, this get a torch or something, light it up. But I'll go. I'm gonna get another flower. So
I'm gonna be like, no, don't use fire in a forest. Please don't, especially around these plants. I'm
And I'm
not
gonna say
letting
that's
her
gonna be
die.
enough conversation right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay, I'm just gonna go over and I guess face this twig thing.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm going to take a sword and chop at its roots to uproot it.
Okay. Make a attack roll.
All right. Actions. Attack.
What are you doing?
Clearly didn't listen to a word Lascivious said.
I'm not
He's
using
not
fire.
using fire.
Well,
Yeah, but you're still attacking it, and he's like, I don't think we should attack them. But it's fine. You're already doing it, so commit.
All right. I rolled a 22.
22 does hit.
Their AC
Alright.
is probably
Roll,
like a 2.
Roll your damage.
7.
Okay. That is. Okay. So you swing down, and you chop the twig blight right in half. It dies on the spot.
Oh.
The mound of dirt to your right, you hear a screech come from it.
Yup.
Uh-oh.
All bought and paid for.
Anything else you're doing, Michaelis?
Can I make an attempt to try to get a flower?
Have you used up all your movement speed?
Let me measure.
He also
used
used up his action.
to attack.
Oh yes, that's true. So if you have movement speed, you can go up to it, but you cannot
Wait,
take a
I thought I have a bonus action. I think.
You won't.
A bonus action
it's
to
not
attack.
a bonus action.
Yeah, he declared that it would be an action to pluck the flower.
Yeah. It's a full action. You're also not raging, so.
Right. That's right. All right. So I guess I can move this 5 more feet, but that's
I'm
about
pretty
it.
sure you can rage as a bonus action.
True.
You might want to do
Please.
that so you can have your, third attack.
Right. So I'll do a rage then. Yeah.
So you're gonna be in a rage now.
Yeah.
Just
I'm clicking the button.
read the stuff and you'll be good to go.
Next up, we're gonna go to Bonelia then.
Cool. She's gonna move to here.
All right,
And that's my turn.
Danica,
Yeah.
Oh.
I would like for you to make a perception check.
Okay. Oh, not 20.
Nice.
Okay.
She sees
Uh,
everything.
In that area, you are able to see. Where is it here?
Can she grow human eyeballs just for this snack money?
So with your head on your spine does a full 360 view of the entire arena.
Nice.
And in that moment, you're able to just screech out in that very instant every single enemy that you have seen floating about or hiding about, for instance.
Oh.
So right over here, you see there was a twig blight
Oh.
pretending to be beside the plant as a fallen tree. Right beside Sonnet in front of the will-o-wisp, there was another one that was hiding.
Oh.
And on that as well, you see through the small little cracks in the dirt mound, you see shifting moss and twigs.
Alright. That's good to know.
You know
I'm not gonna-
what? Because of that as well, I'm gonna have you make a nature check as well.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna see
Oh,
if you
well.
recognize what the thing in the dirt mound might be.
Well, I'm not gonna be able to.
Pardon?
At advantage because she's all seeing and all knowing on that nat 20.
You know what? Yeah, why not?
Yay! Okay, yeah, 16.
A 16.
Yeah.
You know that's what's in there is a shambling mound.
Oh, fuck. That doesn't sound good. Cool. I point to it. I say, it's a shambling mound!
I just kind of like look at her, shrug my shoulders.
I shrug back at him.
Oh damn, that looks like something.
Alrighty. Next up would be Lascivious.
Fuck. Okay, well, I'm gonna cast Mage Armor. Just get that done and over with.
What does that make your AC? Does it make your AC 18?
Makes it 18, gives me +3. So
Okay,
without
gotcha,
it,
gotcha.
I have a 15.
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
And fuck, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna. Oh, I guess I can't. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do.
What do you... I didn't hear what you were doing.
That's it. I just casted Mage Armor. That's it.
That's it? Okay.
Yes.
Next up is gonna be Mabel then.
Yeah, I'm gonna also cast Mage Armor, because why not? And I'm gonna move 15 feet up to right in front of... right here.
Okay. Is that all you're able to do as well?
Yeah.
Alrighty. All of your attention is turned to the mound of dirt as a lump of branches, twigs, and static energy climbs out of the dirt. This one in particular is far larger than... If you've heard stories or legends about shambling mounds, this thing looks bigger because it's been sifting there for what looks like ages.
Okay.
The will-o-wisp flies right up to you, Sonnet.
Oh. Hello.
And with that,
Why can't we have a druid?
It
to
just-
talk?
the will-o-wisp just dances around you. It doesn't attack you.
Oh,
It
nice.
just goes around.
Nice.
You can make an attack of opportunity if you'd like, though.
Honestly, no.
Okay. You see the twig blight looks at you. It notices that you're not doing anything to it. And it avoids you going towards Bonelia.
Yeah.
Oh, figured. Should maybe not kill them.
The other twig blight's going towards you, Bonelia.
Oh,
and
no.
they're going to take some swings.
No.
Tell me Danica does an 18 hit.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're going to take 5 damage.
No.
Okay,
Oh,
you don't
fuck.
have to take it.
Okay.
You said no, it's fine.
The
No,
twig
thank you.
blight's going to attack you as well, Michael.
Okay.
Does a 17 hit.
No.
Okay.
Saw
The
some-
will-o-wisp is also going to attack you.
It's attacking me? I haven't done anything. Why is it ignoring Sonnet and killing me, attacking me?
Because I'm just like a cool guy, you know?
Oh, Michael, tell me. Does a 19 hit?
I'm gonna use a reaction to half the damage.
Okay. So you are going to take... You're going to take 7 lightning damage.
It did 14 damage? Excuse me?
Holy fuck.
All right, this thing has to die then. The fuck.
So I guess I wasn't wrong.
That Twig Blight's going up to you, Kalis, and he's going to take a swing.
All right.
That's a critical failure.
Cool, nice.
The Twig Blight goes to kind of go smack down at you, but you just very easily, nimbly just kind of sidestep, and it just cracks its arm against the tree trunk, and one of its arms is now snapped off.
Oh no.
Oh, that's like... Looks like you're missing out on drinking some milk.
You see, it just like looks at you. It looks completely unfazed that its arm's been broken off.
Anyways.
The shambling mound. It also makes its move towards you, this Kalis.
Oh, great.
You see this giant lump of like plant life just swarms down the hillside, taking some dirt along with it. And it just reaches up to there, and you are okay. Michaelis, you tell me, Michaelis, does a 17 hit?
No.
Damn it. Okay. You just managed to kind of back away from the just swinging amount of lumber that's coming at you. Next up is going to be Sonnet.
Okay, I'm going to approach the flower, and then I'm going to look at the wisp. And does it like, can I garner anything from it if I approach the flower?
You see it's just watching you.
Okay.
If you would like to see intent, you can make an insight roll.
Yeah. Insight is 16.
16. You can tell that this thing, as long as something else isn't attacking you, it thinks you're friendly.
Oh, nice. Can I, as my action, I see this shambling mound, right?
Yes, you do.
Can I try and cast message on it?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna cast message on it, and
what are you going to say to it?
I'm going to say, so very terribly sorry to disturb you. We need these flowers to help save someone. And then I'm just gonna wait for a response before I touch the flower, before I do anything else.
You see, like, the top bit of it, like, after it kind of swings at Michaelis, it kind of shifts its head over to you. But it goes right back to Michaelis as if it's paying attention to him.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's message is an action. I'm going to end my turn.
Okay. Michaelis.
Right. Well, I'm going to. I believe it's. I'm a frenzy.
Okie dokie. So let me just. That's the one.
But that won't be applied until your next turn, Ian.
So
It's
your
your turn.
frenzy, Ian. So what'll happen is on your next turn, you can make an extra attack as a bonus action.
So right now I can only do 2 attacks still,
Yeah.
but next one I
Yes.
can do 3 from then on.
Yes, that is
All
correct.
right. Well, I'll do my 2 attacks then. So, first one will just be taking care of the little blight one there.
Okay. Roll to
those-
hit, my man.
Yep. papers.
21.
That definitely hits. Yeah, roll for damage.
Oh, and I'm raging, so I get 2 extra damage.
Yep.
13.
13. That chops that twig down like it was nothing.
All right.
Nice.
I'm gonna turn around and go up to the shambling mound and fuck it up.
Okay.
Mind
Make
you,
a-
I have my 2 long swords since I have to dual wield.
This still doesn't.
It doesn't matter.
I
you
don't-
just do the.
Yeah,
Okay.
just do an attack roll. I don't know. I think we're gonna have to rebalance dual wielding with the raging because I just don't know
Oh,
because it would give you like 5 attacks or something like that.
No, it's
Right.
just you're literally just holding 2 swords, and the dual wielder ability lets you do the second attack. It's more just flavor at this point, honestly.
Okay, well,
Right.
fair enough. Fair enough.
It's 3
Okay.
attacks. That's all he gets.
Well, 2 attack regularly, and then when I
The
frenzy.
dual wielding ability allows you to do 2 weapon fighting with a long sword, because otherwise it would have to be a dagger or a short sword in your offhand. But because you have the dual wielder ability, it gives you the swords. So, but it doesn't matter. You're just doing triple hits when you get to frenzy. So just do your
Okay.
attack roll.
All right, I'm rolling to hit, right?
Yes.
All right,
works.
27.
27
Holy
does indeed
shit.
fucking hit.
It's
Holy
an 18
shit.
plus 9, so you know.
God, yeah. That definitely hits.
All right, and 11 damage.
11 damage?
Yeah.
What type of damage is it? Is it slashing?
It's slashing.
Okay, you're good. You're good. And that was 11. Okay. So you go and you
And-
slash into, and it takes out like a bunch of dirt from it, and the dirt kind of like reforms over the slash mark. Like you can tell that you did damage to it, but it seems unfazed physically so far.
All right. Well, I can't do anything else, so that's the end of my turn.
All right, Bonelia.
Alright. I'm gonna ignore the twig blight and I'm going right to the plant.
Hey. Twig Blight's not gonna take an attack of opportunity at you.
Yay. Am I doing nature again?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Okay, I got a critical fail.
Reroll it, Lucky. Reroll it, Luck.
Okay.
Is there a range to luck?
No, and Walker said that I could just do it.
I'm gonna double check here. It's on somebody that they could see, and I'm going by that you could see what's happening here.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna allow it. I'm gonna allow it.
Yay.
I just
In which case
imagine-
I got 11.
An 11.
Yeah.
So you go to pick up these flowers, and unfortunately, you're just not careful
Damn.
enough,
God.
and the
Yeah.
roots come right apart.
So
Oh,
13
fuck.
must be the threshold.
I imagine fucking Luciv just sees through the trees her trying to
Yeah.
pick it. He's just like, no! And then she like stops, looks at him, pluck, and then just fucking wilts.
Damn it.
You got anything else, Danica? You're still free to move the extra space if you have it.
Oh, okay. Then I'll do that. I don't know how much I've moved over. Let me see. I think that was just like 5 feet. I'm gonna. Oh, okay. I can make it right over to the next plant. So I'm running there.
All right, not working out.
Cool.
Alright,
That's my turn.
Lascivious.
Okay, so I'm going to just yell out, I think we should just let Mabel do the picking. And then I'm going to.
I got the first one.
True.
You're right. But you didn't get the second one. And then I'm gonna put my hands up and I'm gonna disengage and walk away from the twig blight and the will o' the wisp, like kind of hopefully giving off the vibe that I'm not trying to hurt them.
Okay. Roll a Roll a performance for me.
Oh, fuck off. That is a 12.
Perform your little heart out.
Actually, I'm gonna re-roll that. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Do you want
Okay.
an 18?
Yes, I do want an 18.
Okay.
He gets an 18.
So you act very peacefully as you kind of step back, and you see the twig blight and the will-o-wisp. Like the twig blight puts its arms down, and the will-o-wisp kind of, like it kind of dances around in kind of like a weird circular pattern. Not very aggressively from the looks of it.
Okay. May I make one more exclamation?
I'll allow it, but it can only be one sentence.
Okay. Michaela, stop fighting it and just put your swords down.
You got nothing else you can do?
That's all I'm gonna do.
All right, Mabel.
I'm gonna pick the flower.
Okay, roll a nature
But, like,
check.
real careful, you know what I
Like,
mean?
real delicate, like. Yeah,
Real delicate.
that's my Mabel.
Oh, interesting.
Sounds so weird,
Oh.
man. Sounds so weird.
Oh, she knows how to pick them.
18.
An 18.
Oh,
You
snap.
very gently pick out the flower without damaging it a single bit.
I'm like,
Nice.
this is so easy. These flowers are so nice.
To me.
Okay, so that is 2 out of 5. So Mabel, you are still able to have a bonus action if you have one, as well as your movement speed.
Let me look. Let me look. I'm struggling.
I
I
see
would
one
like
person who's struggling.
to. I would like to cast Call of the Banished,
Oh, okay.
and do I want advantage or 1d6? I'll give advantage to Bonelia for her next
Yay.
turn,
Thank you.
and Mm. Can I see everyone from where I am? I'm
Yeah,
kind of
you
in the middle.
can. You'll get the gist of where everybody is. Like if you peek out behind the trunk, you'll see Lascivious kind of backing out. But yeah, you would see pretty much where everybody is.
And Lascivious seemed to have kind of gotten out of that situation okay, right?
Yeah, he seems to have done pretty well.
Okay, I'll give it to Sonnet then.
Oh, I get advantage?
Yeah,
Yes,
you get advantage on your next roll.
Nice.
You still have a movement speed as well.
Where's the closest flower? I kind of don't want to go back out to that shambling ground. Fuck. Where do I? Okay, let me. You know what? I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay.
Everybody who sees plants and such, you see them shift their focus.
Oh.
Yeah.
The will-o-wisp that's by Lascivious. You see it do a little circle in the air before it zooms off to where Michaelis is.
Oh,
Oh, fuck
oh
off.
no.
The twig blight as well goes through and makes it move closer. That will-o-wisp as well gets right up to Michaelis.
Don't kill that one, it's nice.
Yeah, just stop killing things, actually. Probably.
That one gets up there. The will-o-wisp is gonna attack you, Ian.
Yay.
Tell me, Ian, does a 18 hit?
I'm at 18.
Yes, it
So
hits.
yes,
But he takes half damage regardless.
because of the raging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rage
Alrighty.
basically halves all damage except for psychic.
Ian, you're going to take 7 damage.
All right.
I see.
That's on the first one. The second will list as well. And that is going to be a unnatural 20. So the second will-o-wisp is going to do 9 damage to you.
Damn, these guys.
And then the shambling mound's going to attack you as well.
Oh no.
Ian, that's a natural 20.
Oh no!
Ian, just remember what
Um,
I said, please.
I'm aware. I'm just like, it's like stop fighting. Sorry, fuck you. I'm a. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the one just hits his back.
Yeah.
He's like,
Oh.
Okay. I get it, Uncle.
Okay, Ian, and you're taking half. So, Ian, that is going to be 12 damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh my god.
Which he has advantage.
12 damage and a strength saving throw.
Yes, a strength saving throw.
You have advantage, Ian.
So I rolled twice.
Yes.
And you take the higher number.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Okay, so you get this thing just bashes the shit out of you, and you see where like the rib cage would be on a normal creature open up as it tries to grab you, and you just very
Oh my God.
instinctually just back up with enough space where it just misses you.
All right. Well, I'm officially petrified.
Mhm.
Sonnet, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at all that and like just kind of turn my head away from it, and then look at Amelia and be like, "You got this," and I'm gonna give her bardic inspiration, so she
Oh,
also gets a D8. to
Yay!
roll. And then for my action, I'm going to pick the flower.
hey, so you roll nature with advantage because of Natalie.
Yeah, baby. Thank God. Yeah, so I have a 15.
A 15k. You manage to just very carefully pluck out without damage any of its roots or petals.
Okay.
Nice.
That is 3 out of 5.
And then for my movement, I will go. Oh yes, why not? Do. And can I peek down?
Make a perception check.
A natural 20.
Oh.
So you peer down there, and immediately you see every single crack, crevice. This thing has parts of buildings in this mound of hole. Like, it looks like there used to be parts of a church in here.
Oh my
There's
God.
all sorts of insects and animals living in this mound as well. Like, this was a creature who was an active ecosystem.
Whoa.
Shit.
Yeah, that's really cool. Okay, that's the end of my turn.
Hey, Michaelis.
Right. So after getting the shit kicked out of me, I'm gonna disengage
Yes.
Okay.
and back up, and I'm gonna show them. There's like, hey, swords in my sheath, and I'm gonna put my hands out like the thing from like Jurassic World with Chris Pratt doing that. Whoa.
Hey,
Him.
I want you to roll performance with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh.
You did already hit them.
13.
A 13? So the
That's it?
will-o-wisps look to, like, they kind of buzz around you for a singular moment, looking you up and down, kind of all throughout. The shambling mound looks to the 2 twig blights that are currently dead on the ground, and it looks at you, and it just screams.
Said
You
I'm
can tell
sorry.
it's still not happy with you.
It's okay. I have an idea.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Wait. Yeah.
That's all that you're gonna do. Hey, Michaelis?
I can. I'm gonna run a little bit farther then,
Okay, where are you heading off to?
back towards
that area?
Vesuvius.
Okay, the Will-O-Wisp is gonna make an attack of opportunity.
All right.
Well, he disengaged, so
going-
it doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's right, yes. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
So it does not. Alright. Cool, so you run back towards the Siphius. Next up would be Bonelia.
Cool. I have advantage, so I'm gonna
You'll,
try.
Did Natalie give you advantage as well?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right.
And she has bardic inspiration.
Yep.
If
Yeah.
she wants to use it.
Can I use both?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Why not?
Cool. Okay. Okay. Well, I won't use it.
Yeah.
Cause I got an 18.
Nice.
Perfect. So this time around, you feel like you've kind of gotten the hand of picking these flowers, and you recognized where the plants that weren't the Eloan plants were, and just very easily picked it up and put it into a small little pouch that you got.
Yay!
That one is good to go.
Woo! Now I got 2.
And you still got
Alright.
movement speed.
Let's see. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna go over here.
Alrighty.
Trying to get the
Next-
fuck out of here now.
Next up would be Lascivious.
All right, so I'm gonna run 40 feet right up to the Will-O-Wisps and the Rumbling Mound, and I'm
Okay.
gonna cast Prestidigitation, and I'm gonna create an illusory image that shows the initial blight attacking me, and then if I can, also showing Michaela seeing this and like basically demonstrating why he killed those blights, because he thought that they were hostile.
So it sounds like you're trying to convince Shalimon via an illusion that Ian did it
With
out
an
of
illusion.
necessity.
That he wasn't like being aggressive from the start. He was defending me because he thought that we were being attacked.
Okay, I'll have that perfectly fine because that works with the cantrip. I will have you roll persuasion though.
Okay. Oh, that sounds good to me. That's gonna be a 28.
Holy shit.
You see
Yeah,
the
it's a-
Will-O-Wisps watch the illusion like it's a goddamn movie.
Okay.
You see, like, they
An
plop
Oscar.
down right next to the flowers, and they just kind of dance around it, like, highlighting it.
Mhm.
The Shambly Mound looks back as well. It looks to Michaelis. It gives out, like, a very subtle, like, don't do it again kind of sound. And you see it turns around, and it's going to move back to the hole.
Oh,
Yay!
okay.
Oh, thank God.
Cool. Thank God I rolled a 19. Jesus Christ.
I pull. So as it's turning its back on me, I pull out an explosive arrow.
Oh God, dude! If you did, I'd kill Michaelis right there.
You're just like, say, baby, you're a firework.
A bonus action or movement?
So
I don't think you have any more movement, so.
I don't have movement. I could use a bonus action. Yeah, I'm just gonna like kind of like, I don't know, just kind of give a non-threatening aura. Just, you know, be chill and.
Vibes.
I'll just let the Will-O-Wisps keep watching. Like, I'll just keep like playing something just for fun. Just now that they're watching.
Okay, cool. Next up is gonna be Mabel.
Yeah. Seeing this happen, I'm going to cast message towards Sonnet, and I'm going to tell him please be careful and hurry up. You're going to have company.
I like look
Yeah.
over to her, just like thumbs up.
Gotcha. And that is it.
Okay. All of the creatures begin to move back to their original space. So the twig blights move back to where they were originally found, and you see they just go right back to pretending to be wild plant life. The will-o-wisp, they actually dance around you, Lascivious.
Yeah.
They just kind of float around you, giving you nice basking of a yellow light. And the shambling mound goes back towards the hole. Now,
What up?
what I want to do
Mm-hmm.
is, how many players we have? We have 5.
No, we have
Yes.
4, I think.
4
Uh,
player? What?
There's
Yeah.
5 of
Oh,
us.
players. Sorry, I thought you said plants.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. This is gonna be a little bit of a complicated method, but just roll with me here.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll a d6.
Mhm.
Each of us, including myself, is gonna be one of these numbers.
Okay.
Whatever number it rolls on, that's who's gonna do this next roll, because this next roll is gonna be very important.
Okay.
And Danica's gonna do it.
Oh fuck. Oh god.
It's
Don't
just
fuck
gonna be
up.
it's just gonna be a flat d20 roll. No extra bonuses, no advantage, disadvantage, no inspirations.
No.
You're gonna
Okay.
roll basic d20, and
Mhm.
if it's a 10 or below,
Mm-hmm.
when the shambling mound moves back to the hole,
Yeah.
it's going to accidentally destroy the 2 bushes.
Okay. Well, that's unfortunate because I rolled a 7. So
Reroll it, lucky. Or luck.
You can't. There's no advantage. No.
there's nothing. That's it.
Okay.
I fucked us over. You're welcome.
Thanks.
So the shambling mound, it just goes right past Juice on it,
Mm.
and these 2 here were unfortunately destroyed as it moves back, and they all go back.
Dude, are you telling me there's only 2 left?
There's only 2
There's
left.
only 2.
So we only need 1 more.
We only need 1 more.
Hey guys, I got this.
Michaelis, you fucking get right over here to me right now.
You see, combat is officially over.
Okay.
The will-o-wisps guide, they kind of notice what you were up to, and they
Mhm.
kind of, each of them float over to the flowers.
I'm just gonna motion to Mabel. I'm like, Mabel, can you please just, actually get these, get these last ones? Thank you, Bonelia. I appreciate you.
I got 2.
You too, Sonnet.
And you did great, Bonelia.
Thank you.
And I'm just gonna be like, yeah, but Mabel knows how to pick them, and I'm just gonna give her bardic inspiration.
What you need.
And I'm gonna be beside her. I'm gonna be like, you can do this. You can do this.
All of my for the
And
Whisper.
Mabel, so head over
Can
to one
we
of the
go
plants.
Can we
What's-
all be there? Like, can we
Yeah,
all just
we're all
surround
around
her.
her,
Just like-
like watching
You
her,
absolutely
being
can.
like, come on, you got this.
Hell, I
she's going to
mean-
pick, I'm gonna be like
In fact, the will-o-wisp, they are here watching, and the twig
Oh.
blight pokes its head out behind the element plant, and it watches intently as well.
And I want to cast dancing lights instead of the person version. It's gonna be the ball versions, and they're gonna be in the color of the will-o-wisps, and they're just gonna be dancing with the wisps.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast prestidigitation, and have a set of curtains on either side of the plant.
And I'm gonna
It's like a
cast
fucking
prestidigitation. I'm gonna
operation.
play faint little pretty musical notes to kind of.
I love this. Natalie, please, with all this happening, Natalie, you can do it with advantage.
Oh, thank God.
Yay!
So, advantage bardic. I'm just being loaded up here.
Oh yeah.
2 crit fails.
That would suck.
We're just gonna take a moment and align our chakras.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Lascivious is literally holding his hands over, not it's hovering over her, and he's just like, "Come on, you can do this. You can do this."
Like just like sweating, like it's like you're disarming a bomb. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be a 21.
Yes.
21. Okay.
Yeah!
Just like a surgeon working its hands on a delicate organ, you very carefully pick up this plant. Perfectly pristine, not a single scratch or lost leaf. Put it into your pouch, and you guys officially have 5 Eloan plants, and the will-o-wisps and the twig blight just erupt in a celebration.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry about killing 2 of your friends, but yeah.
Don't bring that up.
Yeah, don't
The
just
twig blight,
leave
the
it.
twig blight just stares at you.
No.
And then I look at the twig blight. I'm like, "Hey, you attacked me first." In a joking
It just
manner.
like looks at you and then pretends to go back to be a bark.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna listen. Should be like, should we maybe get that last one up there just in case? Just in case.
I think that's a good idea.
Do that.
Yes, let's go do that. I will
Okay.
go do that. So I will go do that.
Alright. Roll another nature check.
Oh, nature?
Yep, still nature. What did you roll the first time?
No, I just thought I was. It don't matter. It don't matter. What is my nature again?
Yo, Mabel low key
f-
bad. Sorry, what?
Hey,
I'm writing that
What a
down.
baddie. You're talking to
No,
Sonic.
that's not
girl.
lascivious. That's just me talking.
No, it's part of the script now.
Fuck.
hey. Sonic's like,
Dude,
"I
two
promise
timing,
to keep it
bitch."
down."
15. Or no,
15?
sorry, 14.
14? Well, that passes.
All right.
I also
and then-
accidentally closed the browser, so.
Nice.
I
I'm
need
gonna
to
kind of
go
turn
back
to the group as I'm picking the last one. Do you want me to hold on to the other ones?
Yes,
Maybe-
please hold on to all of
Maybe
them.
I can.
think
Yep.
Mabel
Okay.
should be the one to hold on to
I'll do
them.
that, I'll do that.
I think especially Sam's like I think I'm a bit too
Yeah.
aggressive with
No
handling
offense
things.
to Banjo
I think-
or Sana. I just think maybe.
No,
Mabel.
no. Oh,
No offense to me.
never. I would never. No.
No,
Not at all.
Michaela's like full offense to you. I know that you would just destroy them. So I'm just gonna.
And I'm well aware of that. I'm made for destruction and not for delicate shit like this.
Cornelia begrudgingly hands them over.
Thank you,
Roll a
baby.
d20 for me. That's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke.
And Lascivious is gonna kind of put his hand on Benelia's shoulder, and it's just gonna be like, "Thank you for getting those."
She doesn't look at you.
Cold
You doubted
shoulder.
her. How dare you?
I
panicked.
hold on to my flower a little bit longer. And then I'm gonna smell it. What does it smell like?
Roll a perception check for me.
19.
19. So the smell is very calm. It's got little bit like very subtle. Like you can just tell that it's there, but it's not overpowering. Of some slight citrus to it, but it also just smells like every good flower that you've ever probably smelled. Like it's a very lovely smell.
Nice.
And then I'll just kind of like offer Mabel the flower, almost kind of bowing as I do it, Your Majesty.
I'm gonna cast precipitation. Have like little sparks shower over top of them, like.
What's going on? What?
I thought you
I
said-
want
I
to
thought you-
cast prestidigitation, have little like cartoon hearts like over top.
Like, did you say sparks?
They don't actually have any effect on the living world.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I said you yelled at me about not lighting these things on fire.
Yeah, no,
and
they're
you
literally
said
just like
something.
little tiny
Tree
fireworks,
catches fire.
basically. Just like,
Yeah, so that's so funny. Yeah, so Mabel is blushing furiously, and she is going to take it, and then she's gonna be like, "Thanks," and she's going to pack it away.
Should we head towards the graveyard now? I guess.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Cool.
Yeah, let's.
You all head off from the Imperia Highlands. Just a little ways before where the Hippogriff left you guys just to kind of sit and wait. There's a path off to the left that leads to a very darkened area. The sun is finally starting to begin to set. It's about to become nightfall. As the moon starts to creep in and the darkness begins to settle across the woods, you see a very clear path that goes to what you would assume would be the graveyard's general vicinity. I assume you all make your way.
Mm-hmm.
Danica.
Yeah.
Make a perception roll.
Okay. Okay, my perception. That's a 13.
13. Okay. You look off as the rest of the group are going a little bit forward.
Mhm.
You feel the sudden urge to like just stop and look around for a quick second. And as you're kind of looking around, not only does the general vicinity have a weird familiarity in an instant, but off in the quite far distance, you see a very faint. Let me just double check here. You see a very faint gold glow off into the woods. It's there for a quick second. You try to make out what it is, but it's a little bit too blurry and too far away to make out what the actual shape of it is. But you see the glow kind of be there for a moment, and then it goes away and it fades off into the distance.
She stares at it, and then she looks at everyone else and sees how far ahead they are. Are they like really far ahead, or just like a couple of feet?
They would have gotten like probably a good 10 to 20 feet ahead of you.
Alright, she's gonna look at it again. And then she's gonna go after it. Oh,
Oh.
was that the wrong choice?
Yeah.
Who was that? That was
That was
Ian.
Ian.
Does anybody know if that's okay?
I'm okay.
It
with
might be
Like,
internet. Can I?
You say you're going after the light, Danica?
Yeah.
Would any of our passive
By the time
perceptions
that
pick
you
this
would
up?
have, sorry, hang on.
Yeah, go on.
By the time that you would have started to go after it, it would have already been faded off.
Okay, so like,
Like it was pretty far away. You were just able to make it out.
Okay, so I take a couple steps towards it, and then realize that I'm not gonna get there wherever it is. So then I catch up with everyone.
We can continue on without him. It's just going to be to the ending. So
Yeah.
all of you make your way toward continuing up through the path. As you continue along, it gets darker and darker, just through the actual time that has passed. And in the distance, you see, starting to grow larger and larger, is a very big white tree with some very faint blue lights kind of coming off of the ground as you get on top of a hill, and you see the entrance to a graveyard.
Oh.
And that is where we're going to end today's session.
Okay.
Alright. Nice.
Yay.
If I can see this graveyard.
yeah, I'm like waiting for it to load.
Ooh,
Oh my gosh.
spooky,
This looks sick as fuck.
Whoa.
right? Damn,
Walker, did you
I
make
wish I was
this?
buried here.
No, this one I found.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You found a real good one there, man.
Yeah. I
Oh,
was
that's
looking
cool.
for a very aesthetically pleasing one to the eye, and this one happened to come up, and I really, really liked it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Let me guess. Bonelia's buried in the fucking, or that's her coffin right there. I'm getting a vibe. What the fuck? That's cool.
And
pretty
that's
cool.
where we will come back tomorrow.
Yay!
Okay.
Good session.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yay.
That was pretty eventful.
Yeah.
That was good. I like that.
Good
Pretty
shit, good
fun.
shit.
I
It was
feel
a combat encounter that went far more friendly than I expected that to.
I'm glad you allowed for that to be a thing, because my fear the whole time was like, if we go into a full out fight with these things, it could end up destroying a lot of these plants. So I was
Yeah.
like, fuck, we gotta like not do anything, not fight anybody, please God. And the moment that Sonnet like moved away and it was fine, I was like, okay, there's a chance. There's 100% a chance.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if you remember, Michael, but a couple of weeks ago we were testing out something that engulfed. That was that combat encounter.
oh really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
The shifting mound.
Yeah, that could have gone really bad.
Very good, everybody.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yay.
And I'm glad I'm glad I was able to use prestidigitation like that. That was I remember my friend once told me, he's like, oh, prestidigitation is fucking godlike, like it's so useful. And then now I'm like, oh, it's fucking useful.
It just depends on how creative you are with it.
Yeah.
You can prestidigitation is the epitome of anything can happen in D&D as long as it is creative enough and it works via
Yeah.
a roll.
Yeah.
Which, performance worked out very well in your favor. If you had rolled very poorly, it would have thought that, it would have looked at it like, Michaelis killed my friend still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he still would have attacked. So that stuff is still possible, as long as you're creative about how you go about it.
That was lucky. That was very lucky.
I have a question for you, Joe.
Uh-huh.
Is Sonnet's last name Bonnet?
No.
Damn it. Alright.
Sonnet in a bonnet.
Sonnet Bonnet.
Sonnet's on it.
Ah.
No,
Alright,
but
well,
keep
I'm
guessing,
going to bed.
One of these
Have a good night,
days,
Danica.
Yeah.
Love you, bye.
Love you,
Good
bye.
night, Danica.
Have a good night.
Good night.
See you tomorrow.
I'm gonna be honest, I actually almost cried when I was doing that whole thing with Sonnet. I was like, oh, this is and here's the thing, I was not expecting to like bring that up, but then I was just like, oh yeah, I guess in this new headspace, I guess Lascivious would be scared that
Yeah.
she would do that with him again and make him like
That
try
was
and kill
really nice.
everyone. So and I was like, oh, and then as I'm doing it, like after we did, I'm like, this is gonna be so good for the show.
Mm-hmm.
I
then-
think that session went very lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I also think it's definitely created a new dynamic for Sonnet and Lascivious, I think, which is really cool.
Oh yeah.
Which I was trying to like kind of like start like the groundwork for like different relationships. Although we didn't really talk to Mabel much, and there were some times where I was wanting to, but it didn't happen organically.
Okay,
so
next time.
Yeah.
Next time
There's
they'll
always
have
tomorrow.
conversations. Yeah, I
He
guess
already said,
there's literally always tomorrow.
He already said that Mabel's pretty bad though, so.
Yeah.
No, I said that Mabel's bad as fuck.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Was that you? That's weird.
That was me.
No.
I zoomed in really. Oh, I'm still recording.